KNDY.
And a good evening and welcome to the home opener for the Marysville Bulldogs. I'm Bruce Dierking, Mike Side with Brian Crott. We are at Pat Landau Memorial Field, Homer Hanson Stadium at Marysville High School as Marysville Bulldogs play host to the Hiawatha Redhawks. Second game of the season with a jamboree 2 weeks ago. That amounts to a planned scrimmage with multiple teams. After the jamboree, it was week one on the road at Nemo Hall Central in Seneca last week. And the Bulldogs came away victorious, snapping a 26-game winning streak, upending the two-time 2A defending state champion Nemo Hall Central Thunder. Quite a game for Marysville. Showed strong defensively, kept the offense on the field, scored a pair of touchdowns enough to win. Marysville knocks off Nemo Hall Central to begin the season undefeated. Coming home for the first of a three-game homestand tonight, the Hiawatha Redhawks, who fell to Mid-East League rival Royal Valley last week in quest of their first win of the season. These two teams met a year ago, Marysville prevailing at Hiawatha in a 28-0 match. Fans filing in, still plenty of good seats available here tonight. We're battling lots of other sports. Kansas State down in Manhattan, they're underway with a 7 o'clock kickoff. No broadcast tonight due to the high school priority here. Kansas Jayhawks are live on FM 95.5. They are underway this evening. Kansas City Royals are in action tonight. So for sports fans, a red letter Friday. Again, you're in tune with Bulldog football and a service of our KNDY Sports Booster Club members. As always, we appreciate their continued support. We're live, home and away games on AM 1570, FM 94.1, streaming on our website, KNDYradio.com, and always available on our free mobile app as well.
I'm Liz Warren, your Marysville Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That is why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Marysville Bulldog Athletics on KNDY. Call 785-562-5533 today or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
My family and I are needing a place to stay in Marysville. Do you have any suggestions for a nice place?
I've heard that Heritage Inn Express is the best place in town. They have free breakfast and large rooms to accommodate the whole family. Plus, you can bring your pets with you.
Wow, really? I can bring my pets with me? I was hoping that I didn't have to leave them at home. Heritage Inn Express sounds like the perfect package for a whole family.
You can go see them at 1155 Pony Express Highway, Marysville, Kansas, or give them a call at 785-562-5588.
Dr. Brittany here with Marysville Dental Care, where your family's health is our top priority. Dr. Zach, our team, and I are the family dental home you've always been looking for.
Our comprehensive dental care is designed to serve all of your dental needs. Whether it's a routine cleaning, braces, or cosmetic work, we provide the highest quality of care with a comfortable experience. Visit our office across from the Marysville Courthouse or go to marysvilledentalcare.com to schedule a visit.
Have the smile you've always wanted with our team by your side.
The Marysville High School Alumni Association would like to invite past, present, and future Bulldogs to our first annual Bulldog Family Reunion on Friday, September 27th from 8 p.m. until midnight at Venue 36. This is class of 1988 alum Kim Green. Join us for food, drinks, and a great way to make some memories. So don't forget to mark your calendars, September 27th for the first annual Bulldog Family Reunion. Look for information on the Marysville High School Alumni Association Facebook page.
Update your home today with a new look from Feldkamp's Furniture Mart. See their tremendous selection of living room, dining room, and bedroom sets and furniture, as well as bedding, accent pieces, appliances, and more. Financing options for any budget up to 24 months with no interest, as well as free delivery, making buying local easy. Shop Feldkamp's Furniture and Flooring in Marysville today.
Hey, this is Morgan Reed with Reed Insurance. You never know what's around the corner, and you're going to go from healthy to something as simple as a broken leg to something as complicated as weeks in the ICU. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help assist in making sure that everybody has access to the proper health coverage. You can reach me at 785-727-4655. Find your coverage your way with Reed Insurance.
And again, welcome back. Marysville High School Marching Band under direction of Blake Nations with our national anthem. And you hear the boom of the cannons here tonight quite frequently. They played that during the Star Spangled Banner when the stars came on high, or whatever that verse was. I guess they're testing things out here tonight. They warned the community there would be lots of commotion down at the stadium.
Yeah, the Alumni Association, or excuse me, the MHS Alumni Club, or whatever we call ourselves. I'm part of it, but I'm not very participating. I need to be better. We decided we wanted to bring back the cannon, to make it like the old days.
Well, another thing they're going to bring out this year is a special night for the alumni, and that is on Friday the 27th. Out at Venue 36, KNDY Cowboys are going to be playing. They had an event last year. It was the class of, and I don't know which class, one of the 1970s that remembered the great old days out at Club 36. And it was a tremendous event. We all had a lot of fun that night. And so it was a pledge of the Alumni Association to get the alumni involved. And that would be homecoming weekend. So Friday night, make plans on the 27th. If you're an alumni, it's $5. If you're not an alumni, you're still welcome. It's $10. We're going to get it out of you. And I think the early table reservations are almost all gone. So they already have had a wonderful response to September 27th, and we'll be telling you more about that.
That's great.
More back to the game. We're at Pat Landall Memorial Field. Bruce Dierking, Brian Prock. Let's talk about this press box. Oh, my gosh, we've got air conditioning.
It's beautiful in here. It from the outside, it's kind of hard to tell a whole lot has changed. But from the inside, you forget that you're in the same old building because it is temperature controlled. The walls and the ceilings are all finished and nice, and it is beautiful. And, I can't tell that it's 88 degrees outside.
Seth Ellison and his sidekick are here from the Hiawatha radio station. He said, this is the nicest press box we will have worked in, and he's been on the road for a number of years, and I will echo those sentiments. They did a great job. It was kind of the crowning touch on the field project through the various donations and private support. And then the school district, we got the artificial turf. The track was redone, the stadium. That was a separate project that began many years ago that kept this great old facility. And then up top, we had a press box that was not built original in 1936, but it wasn't far off. And the extension over time had become nothing more than a closet that was starting to fall in. But rather than go overboard, I think they simply reused what they had here in a wonderful way, used our input. And I think other than putting screens on the press box windows, we already pulled those out.
Yeah.
But we'd have gotten everything we ordered.
Yeah, this is great. This is better than we deserve, Bruce.
And the Bulldog Boosters were a big part of that. I know that's where our contribution went, and I guess we basically bought this little studio that we're in. I couldn't afford the entire press box, but the Bulldog Boosters who have given so much to the district. And I might talk a little bit about the Bulldog Boosters because they do some tremendous things in fundraisers and some of the extras that the district otherwise wouldn't be able to provide for our many sports athletes and students here at Marysville High School. If you're not a Bulldog Booster member, and that's not to be confused with our Sports Booster Club members, we'd encourage you to support that effort as well. We're still a few minutes away from pregame coverage tonight. Kind of got on a rotation on our coach's corner in the pregame, so Tony Trimble may show up along the way tonight, but we'll come back, talk a little bit more on pregame, and get you set for a 7 o'clock kick at Marysville's Homer Hanson Stadium.
How would you like to have a steady job with a schedule that works for you and your family? You're in luck. Tension is hiring operators and adjusters at the Marysville plant. If you like to take things apart and put them back together again, if you enjoy being part of a team, if you're looking for flexible work with competitive pay and benefits, this could be a great match for you. Work for a company you know you can trust. Visit tension.com/careers to learn more and apply.
Tires aren't all the same, and neither are tire dealers. Find a dealer like Mike's OK Tire who carries Michelin and BF Goodrich tires. Michelin offers safe, fuel-efficient, long-lasting tires that provide exceptional performance and extraordinary value. BF Goodrich tires are built for drivers looking for high performance and aggressive styling. Next time you need tires, don't deal with amateurs. See the tire experts. See Mike's OK Tire in downtown Marysville for tires, repair, alignment, and service.
Since 1976, Olmsted Real Estate and Auctions has been your farm and home marketing team. Let the experienced family team of Tom and Rob Olmsted and brother-in-law Tom Kirkland guide you when buying or selling a home or farmland. Delivering timely, honest, and professional guidance, Visit olmstedrealestate.com to view current listings and auctions. Your farm and home marketing team is Olmsted Real Estate and Auctions.
310, sold 300. That's buyer 5-2.
The Nordis Motor Company in Marysville has a pair of new 25 Chevy Trailblazers starting under $30,000. A 2024 Chevy Blazer Premier Package and a 2024 Chevy Equinox, along with several new Chevy Silverado pickups, awaiting your test drive at the Nordis Motor Company in Marysville.
Marysville Bulldogs victorious in their season opener, a short road trip, renewing an old rivalry with Nemaha Central. And I will pause at that. The last time they played in Seneca, it was Nemaha Valley, and Nemaha Valley Raiders had won the last 3 meetings in a 3-3 season series between them. But Marysville and Nemaha Central renewing what was a great rivalry a decade ago, knocked off then the two-time state 2A champions. Nemaha Central was ranked number 1 in 2A in the preseason polls.
Yeah, you know, I looked around at the home fans for Nemaha Central, and their jaws were just in their laps, just surprised that their team was struggling to move the ball, and Marysville's defense was so strong. I know Sports in Kansas deemed that victory the largest upset in Kansas last week.
Carter Hyack was a real standout. He was a junior, and he was expected to play a big part of that ball game. Last year, 2,400-plus yards, 43 touchdowns that he ran, throwing 962 yards for 10 touchdowns as a sophomore.
Yeah.
Carter Hyack, though, was in Marysville's bullseye and sights all night long.
Yeah, we kept penetrating and hitting him in the backfield. A lot of times we didn't bring him down on the first contact, but we kept altering his path and making a group tackle a couple yards down the field. Kept the huge plays in check, and Marysville walks away with a 16-8 victory.
Early score for Marysville. Nemaha Central fumbled on their second play from scrimmage, gave Marysville possession at the 30-yard line. They marched into the end zone for an early 8-0 lead. Nemaha Central would answer back. They would tie the game 8-8 at the intermission. Marysville's final score, the go-ahead, was late in the third quarter for a 16-8 win. Just a really, really nice night for Marysville offense. Didn't score a ton of points, but kept possession of the football.
Yeah, time of possession was big for the Bulldogs last week. It helped that Nemaha Central turned the ball over a few times. So in key moments, just when you thought the Thunder were about to march down the field, they threw some interceptions, and that really helped to keep the ball in Marysville's possession.
Captain's meeting at center field, and I'll run through the starting offensive lineups quick and hand a play-by-play to Brian. At quarterback for Hiawatha, Braden Newell is a senior, 151 pounds. At the fullback position, Josh Monaghan is a 180-pound senior. Halfbacks, Connor Kettler, a 169-pound senior, and Ethan Morton, a 180-pound junior. At a receiver slot, Carson Henry is a 155-pound junior. On the line, center is Jarek Shoemaker, 227. He's a freshman. Guards are Rafe Sheets, a 185-pound sophomore, and Jose Valencia, 293-pound senior, with tackles Lane Kessler, a 245-pound senior, and Cameron Winder, a 240-pound senior. For your Marysville Bulldogs, a few changes. We've got a couple of bumps and bruises that will change the lineup some. At quarterback is Willow Tott, a 190-pound senior. At the fullback, Grant Hafley is a 170-pound junior. Let's see. Tonight at wide receivers, Brody Lawrence, 150 and a junior. Eli Sedlanchek, 155 and a junior. At running back, Cameron Wetter, 182 and a junior. And your line, Carter Wassenberg, 195 a junior. Alex Shale, 220 a junior. Rhett Wertenberger, 200 a senior. Ashton Schaefer, a 275-pound senior. And Brock Cromie, a 205-pound senior. Marysville, 1-0. Hiawatha lost to Royal Valley last week, is winless on the season. That final was Royal Valley 18, Hiawatha 13, Marysville 16, Nemaha Central 8. You're in tune with Bulldog football on KNDY, Marysville, AM 1570, FM 94.1, KNDYradio.com, and our free mobile app.
Nate Shoddy set to kick this ball game off. Hiawatha to receive. Caught, short kick, caught at the 20. Brought up to the 30. He's got the edge on Hiawatha side, but not past midfield. Let's see where they officially marked this. Close to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, he went to the far side of the field, caught some pretty good turf there. This artificial turf is still relatively new at Marysville. Beautiful facility to play in. A little bit easier for us to call. The yard markers out there, and, of course, with the sun setting to the west, it's a beautiful night for high school football.
Yes, it is. We're not even under the Friday night lights yet. They're not on. But Hiawatha is going to take over 1st and 10 for the first possession of this ball game on their own 41-yard line. First down line to gain in Marysville territory. Hiawatha under center, rolling out our direction. It's option our way. Marysville gets the tackle. That's number 24, Cameron Wetter, with the tackle from behind. Because he tackled him from behind, he falls forward for a gain of 6 on first down, does Brady Newell.
Yeah, nice effort by Braden Newell. He's a senior. They've got some upperclassmen on this team. Didn't have a great season last year. In fact, they've struggled in recent years. Michael Downard would have been the coach. Michael's an assistant coach here at Marysville this year as he came back home.
2nd and 4. Braden Newell under center. Man in motion. Ball hits the turf. It hits the turf again. I think it's Marysville football. Let's see what the officials say. Marysville runs away with the ball. First down, Bulldogs. And just like a week ago, the second play of the game is a fumble recovered by Marysville.
Deja vu. Yeah, second play from scrimmage. Right out there on the right leg of the Big M at center field. Braden Newell, I don't know, was maybe a little bit further back than the center anticipated. Look at this. They're starting a freshman center, though, in Jarrett Shoemaker. That has to be the tall order in itself.
Right, yeah, and really Braden Newell just took a step back before that ball got to him. But now you have Will Otot under center. Looks to hand it off to the front man, and he does. There's a flag that comes in the backfield. Usually not holding there, but I'm not sure what else it would be based on where he threw it.
Well, I mentioned a couple of injuries, among those Dakota Slupionic and Alex Shale. They were both starters last week, and I commented late in the game, I didn't notice a lot of bumps and bruises, nothing out of the ordinary, but among those that were not starting tonight, Dakota Slupionic, a senior, and Alex Shale, a junior.
Yeah, so you'll see Ty Mosier. He'll come in to play on the offensive line. And did they say holding?
Yeah, I didn't pay attention. I was kind of looking at the roster there, but they're going to march it back against the Bulldogs in big fashion. Big fashion.
Yeah, it's a spot penalty minus 10 yards. That's going to put Marysville all the way back into their own territory. They took over inside Hiawatha territory, but now on their own 39-yard line. Got to get all the way down to the 36-yard line of Hiawatha. So make that, 25 yards. First down and 25. Man in motion. To dive. Goes for a couple yards.
Yeah, you might wind up with 5 yards up to the 45-yard line, but you've got to pick up so much turf with that early penalty.
Yeah. Gain of 5. Grant Hafley on the carry. He's going to take over Dakota Slupionic's role of the fullback, getting the fullback dive. So now 2nd and 20. Marysville kicked off this game a minute, 20 seconds ago, already with the ball. Pitch to Cameron Wetter, trying to get the edge, but runs into his own guy and falls down.
No gain. Might even be a short loss. Cam Wetter goes to the left side, the far side. Yeah, chalks up a 1-yard loss. The play that wouldn't materialize.
That was that was number 5, Carson Henry. He's in this book as a 6-foot, 155-pound junior. He beat the Marysville player into the backfield, pushed the Marysville guy into Cameron Wetter. Cameron failed to go around him, tackled for a loss. 3rd and 21 to pass. Passed up the middle to Cameron Wetter. I believe he caught the ball. There was contact as he was catching it. It's going to be a gain of 17, 16 yards to bring up 4th and 4.
First pass attempt here tonight, and it's a nice one. Now you're bringing up a 4th and 4 situation, but you're back in Red Hawk territory at their own 40-yard line. Had you gained just a couple of yards on the play previous,
right,
as opposed to a 1-yard loss.
Marysville's going to go for it in neutral territory, and this is really a free possession. They just picked up the ball off the turf in about this exact same spot. Quarterback has it our way, pitches late, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield is Nate Shoddy. Nate Shoddy's going to be the new back into the lineup for the injured Dakota Slupianic. And turnover on downs, Hiawatha right back with the ball, 1st and 10.
Shoddy's just a sophomore. His first carry tonight came over here with a couple of defenders, had him in their sights, and they promptly took him down to the turf.
Yeah, Grant Hafley usually plays that slot position that Nate's playing tonight, and because of the injured Dakota Slupianic, Grant Hafley had to move to the fullback, so that's why we see Nate. Nate didn't do anything wrong there. Just really great defense by Hiawatha.
Yeah, I'm looking at my sheet here, 46-yard line. That's where they coughed the football up.
Pretty familiar. We started this game 3 minutes ago, essentially right here. No damage. Quarterback passed the pitch early. Ball's on the ground again. I believe, it looks like Hiawatha got right back on the ball. Fumble by Braden Newell.
Josh Monaghan was the Hiawatha Red Hawk back there, and he just looked startled. I don't think he expected it nearly as quickly as Braden Newell pitched it his way.
And head coach over there, is it Wyatt Juru? Is that?
Yeah, I didn't get the pronunciation on that. I got all flares.
Yes, you did.
Look ahead to the coaches. He's a first-year coach.
Yeah, he immediately pulled Josh Monaghan right out. He said, "You're done for a second." Dive up the middle for Hiawatha. They're going to get 2 yards. Josh Monaghan, no, it would have been Josh Monaghan's number, but would have been the fresh reliever. Never did see who came out of that. Maybe Ethan Morton. Yep, number 20, Ethan Morton with the carry, give him 2 yards. 3rd and 17 for Hiawatha in their own territory. Still 0-0, just 4 minutes into this game. Both teams have touched the ball. This is Hiawatha's second possession. Man in motion. Newell drops back. And he's just going to run out of bounds for a huge loss.
Yeah, he had a defender there with him. I guess he was more comfortable just taking the safe step across the sideline, but sure lost a chunk on that one, too.
Yeah, you're outside of the pocket, and as long as you can get it past the line of scrimmage, you're allowed to throw that away. I think that's exactly what his coach will tell him over on that sideline is next time just get rid of that ball. Instead, it's going to be a pretty big loss. I believe 7, loss of 7 to bring up 4th and, it says loss of 5, so 4th and 22. There's your snap. Here's going to be your punt. Really good punt. Fair caught at the 34-yard line. Fair caught by Brody Lawrence.
Connor Kettler, a senior, is the punter for the Red Hawks. First punt of the ball game. They fumbled the ball away their first possession on the second play from scrimmage.
Yeah, he was standing pretty well near back on his own 25. All through the air, that went 35. That went 40 yards. Not a terrible punt. Flips the field. Marysville takes over 1st and 10 in their own territory. It's Marysville's second possession. They have yet to get a first down. Man in motion. Otot keeps it, follows. Speaking of first down, he's going to get past midfield for a first down.
Yeah, that's a chunk of change there. He rumbles past the midfield stripe. Nice effort by the senior, all-around athlete, Will Otot, 6'2", 190 pounds. He had a big 59-yard run. That would be a part of Marysville's first score last week. That was really the only breakaway for either team.
I got 19 yards on that. 1st and 10 Bulldogs, now in Hiawatha territory. We've been right here also. Last time we moved backwards. Will keeps it again. Pitches late to the 40, 30. Nate Shoddy's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 26-yard line. 19 more. That's 2 plays, back-to-back 19-yard gains.
That was picture perfect. Otot timed it so well, and Shoddy was open on this near side. Here's the sophomore getting the big pickup, coming near sideline, and the Bulldogs are on the march left to right.
Yeah, Will Otot just had gashed that defense for 19 yards up the middle, so they respected him more than they did the pitch man. I wasn't even looking pitch man. I was following Otot up the middle again. He pitches late, and off goes Shoddy for a 19-yard gain. 1st and 10 Bulldogs. Man in motion. Kind of a blown play. Otot decides to keep it. Gets spun around on the 20. 4 guys all tried to bring him down and eventually did, but not until after he gained 9 yards.
Yeah, he's like a rocket. He's got good speed, came out of the backfield quickly, getting some nice protection off the line. We talked about them last week. We'll talk more tonight. But it took 2 defenders to slow him, another 2 defenders to finally make the tackle.
Didn't it kind of seem like a blown play to you there, Bruce? Was it? What did you think?
Well, it's early. I'm not sure what we're always doing out there.
Could have been his plan. I don't know. 2nd and 1. Todd hands it off to Hafley up the middle for a first down. There's a flag in the backfield. I'll tell you what that always is. 65 was brought down. Holding offense, of course. Yeah. So instead of first down, we're going to move backwards, and it's going to be way backwards.
Be a second penalty flag against Marysville here tonight. Had some penalties last week, but they were mostly offset by the opponent. I don't know that either team was significantly damaged in the ball game by penalty flags. We had our share.
Yeah, I remember a pass interference that went against Will Otot that I felt could have been an interception, Will Otot. But other than that, I thought there really weren't a whole lot of flags. Couple false starts and delay games, but that always happens the first game out. After that holding penalty, it is now 2nd and 11. Will under center. Fakes it to Grant. Keeps it. Turns up the middle. Up to the 15-yard line. That's going to be good enough for a first down. Needed 11 and got 12.
Got a nice spot on the ball down there. I wasn't sure initially. Nice stutter step move by the senior, Will Otot. Great all-around athlete. He is determined to score some points on their second possession tonight, huh?
I agree. I was not sure where they were going to spot that and if he had enough, but sure enough he did. And so that brings up 1st and 10 Bulldogs inside the red zone. First down yard line, the gain is at the 6. Marysville in their traditional formation. There's your motion. Fakes the dive. Gets tackled from behind. He's going to gain 2 yards. Had he not been tackled from behind, that was probably going to be a touchdown.
Josh Monaghan stopped there. He is a 180-pound senior. No score. 5:20 remains opening quarter here. We're at Marysville's Homer Hanson Stadium at Landall Memorial Field in the home opener tonight.
You brought up all the sports going on. We've got KU. You can catch them over on 95.5. K-State's not on the radio tonight. 0-0 ball game there, and the Royals are up 7-0 over Pittsburgh. Oh, just absolutely blown up in the middle.
3 big defenders come rolling. Will Otot backward for several yards loss.
Defensive line won the battle in the war of the trenches. Marysville loses a few yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 11.
Did he feel that with 6'2", 293-pound senior Jose Valencia leading a 3-man defensive rush?
Yeah, that defensive line really won that battle up front. And hadn't really seen that out of that defensive line yet. Something popped. They decided to do something big there. Marysville not going to take this play off at the pass. Wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, Marysville. Touchdown from Will Otot to Keegan Waters.
Yeah, great catch by Keegan Waters, and he was in great position. The junior gets his first touchdown pass of the season, and Marysville's up an early 6-0 lead, scoring on their second possession.
First passing touchdown, Bruce said, of the year. He had a couple 2-point conversion passes. This being the first pass completion for a touchdown. Marysville going to go for 2. Completed both of their 2 last week. Both were passes. Marysville typically a running team, so the pass shows that second dimension. It's hard to stop. Will Otot pitches late. It's going to come right down to the 1-yard line where Nate Shoddy is going to be brought down short. 2-point try is no good. It's 6-0 Marysville Bulldogs. We'll be right back.
After the storm, Cromie Lumber has everything you need to build it back. If the roof needs repair, build it back with quality shingles, including hail and wind-resistant styles, as well as metal roofing options. Let them help guide your best decision as to what's right for your home. Storms or not, is it time to update your home's windows and doors? Cromie Lumber can get a free estimate with whatever fits your needs. Increase energy efficiency, improve the looks, and make cleaning them easier. Glass and screen repair always available as well. Cromie Lumber has everything you need to build it back. Shop local. Shop Cromie Lumber, Marysville and Washington.
If you're a driver over 50, it may be time to switch your auto insurance. The AARP Auto Insurance Program from the Hartford is now available through Copeland Insurance Agency in Marysville. Call today for your free, no-obligation quote. Learn more about special rates, benefits, and service designed especially for AARP members. Call the Copeland Insurance Agency at 619-6220. That's 619-6220. Certain policy features are subject to eligibility and may not be available in all states. Hartford Fire Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut.
Calling that a 17-yard touchdown pass, Willow taught to Keegan Waters. Shafi was wrapped up close to the goal line, 2-yard line on the 2-point conversion attempt. Marysville 6, Hiawatha Redhawks nothing. And the Bulldogs will kick off left to right into the setting sun to our west.
Hiawatha's touched the ball 2 times. This will be their 3rd possession. They have yet to cross midfield. Another low kick, handed off back at the 16-yard line. Tries to get the edge. Brought down at the 27-yard line. There's a flag. Flag is sitting on the 22-yard line. I heard Marysville fans yelling for an illegal block.
So it was Ethan Morton and a reverse handoff to Michael Jensen, pair of juniors in that reception. They come to the near side, and we've got a holding call against the Red Hawks.
Yeah, peel back block is the official call there, so you can't move backfield to block. That's very dangerous, was some of my favorite things to do to defenders when I was a football player, and one of my least favorite things to have happen to me it absolutely removes you from your cleats and you end up on your head, and that's why it's illegal now. So instead of starting at their own 27, it was a spot foul at the 22, half the distance to the goal, and so it's roughly around the 11-yard line, 1st and 10, Hiawatha. Newell under center. Gets the snap, hands it off right away. The fullback makes the first couple guys miss. He's brought down at the 19 to 20-yard line. They'll give him a gain of 8 yards right away.
Yeah, they're going to get a good spot on that one. He got across the 20, and that's going to stretch it out close to a 9-yard pickup. Pretty good start. This will be their 3rd possession, right?
This is their 3rd possession. Not a whole lot. I don't even know that they've had a first down yet, and still haven't, but this is 2nd and 2, so looking hopeful. Newell goes under center here again. Formation really similar to Marysville, except they have some wideouts. Quick pitch. Makes the first couple guys miss. He's going to be good for a first down. Not a whole lot more up to the 25.
Yeah, Ethan Morton, a little bit of a pause there as he went far side. Defenders were able to collapse, so he didn't pick up the big yardage, but sure got a big first down.
Got out of that 20-yard line, which is really tough to start your offense as deep as they did, but Hiawatha moving the ball. Marysville been fortunate. They took over on a fumble, the first possession, and then punted the second possession. Here's Marysville tackling the running back at the line. No gain.
Yeah, that was a beautiful stop for Marysville, and that's the kind of work we saw on many occasions last week. The defense was just stellar all night long.
Thought I saw Sean Gentry. Was that who ran the ball? I couldn't tell. I was waiting for a number.
They're rotating several people, and we were warned of that. When they initially gave me their roster, they were like 18 or 20 kids that we'd see tonight. And so there's at least 5 or 6 backs that are going to rotate all night.
I've noticed that. This is going to be number 3 running the ball. He makes the first Marysville Bulldog miss. Gain of 6 on 2nd and 10 to bring up 3rd and 4.
Now, that's senior Connor Kettler. He's a starter here. I will just admit it. We're completely out of rhythm here with JV gone, and he's laughing at us right now. He is, and he's picking us up somewhere up there. Jason Bruniger had done this with us for 10, 12 years, and he and I did the road games. I did the lead, and he did the home games with Brian. So you're not used to working with me. I'm not used to doing his job, and we'll just be honest, we're learning new rules.
That's exactly right. Here's a run up the middle. Going to be a gain of 1 or 2 to bring up 4th down. The thing about doing this with Jason, which today marks 6 months exactly of his sudden passing, way too soon, he kind of took control in here.
Yeah.
And for Bruce and I, we can roll with the flow and be with anybody, but Jason took control of this press box, and this was his spot.
Did, and when you were calling play-by-play, jump in.
He would.
That emotion that I miss to this day.
Yeah, exactly. 4th and 1, huge 4th down here for Hiawatha. Dive up the middle. I don't think he got it. Marysville's going to take over. We'll see where the official spot is. They've been pretty generous with every spot, both Marysville and Hiawatha's.
Well, they have, and they're going to place it just across the 35. Yeah. He needed the 36-yard line, so, that's how much variance you had. Not much, but enough to take the ball over on downs for a second time tonight.
Yeah, by a few inches. I don't think they're going to come out and measure that, although it hasn't been decided. Yeah, they are going to come out and measure it, but he's a few inches shy. It's going to be 1st and 10, Marysville. They're going to touch the ball. They scored on their 2nd possession. This will be their 3rd possession.
Now, since we said it with such certainty, we pause and hope we are proved right. We just got a better vantage point up top.
We have such a great view, and you mentioned it earlier. The lines are so crisp. I can see that hash. I can see that he needed to get to the 36-yard line, did the Hiawatha Red Hawk, and I could see he was inches short. However, I thought it was a lot bigger discrepancy, but it really was just inches short.
Yeah, they called it half a yard, so I don't know, you do the math, but it was tight when they brought the orange markers in from the far side for sure.
Either way, 1st down Marysville, already on top 6-0. Bulldogs looking to add to that. They're going to take over inside the opponent's 36. Here's your 1st down play. Fake dive up the middle. Otot's got the edge. Makes a guy miss. Turns it into the midfield. Past the 25, past the 24, down to the 23. Dancing past defenders.
That's exactly the word I was going to use because his legs were popping and pulling, and as one defender would come from this side, the other side is where he'd head, and Will Otot made that gain happen.
Yes, he did. 1st down, Bulldogs needed to get to the 26. They got 3 extra down to the 23. 1st and 10. 1 minute to go in the 1st quarter. Marysville on top of Hiawatha, 6-0. It's the first Friday Night Lights here for 2024 in Homer Hanson Stadium, Pat Landau Memorial Field. Here's your 1st down play. It's a pass. Thrown away very wisely by Will Otot, who had 4 Hiawatha Redhawks in grabbing onto him, trying to take him down.
He had the initial tackle pull his shirt tail from the back and slowed him down, but allowed him to stay upright, and he was at least able to get rid of the football. Had they tackled him back there, big loss. But as a result of staying upright, he manages to get the pass off at least, and it's a better end result.
Yep. I was going to say 4 defenders inside the quarterback's pocket, but there was no pocket. It had already fallen apart. 2nd and 10, Bulldogs. Will Otot under center. Cameron Wetter in motion. You're going to give it to him. He's off to the races. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Marysville. Cameron Wetter with a 23-yard touchdown run. Bulldogs score again.
Great effort by Wetter. Great help from his teammates. Now look out. I see the yellow flag across the way.
Oh, of course.
You don't
There's
come
dirty
back
laundry on the floor, and here they march back. Holding offense. I never saw it get thrown. I was too busy watching to see if Cameron was going to get in. So instead of touchdown, instead of going 12-0, we're going to look at 2nd and 20.
You were ready to light up the cannon, weren't you?
I was.
I was too. Initially, I didn't see it was a kind of a late throw, but then as I surveyed back across, here comes that third penalty against the Bulldogs tonight. Ouch.
I saw the far corner kicking out that end, and I thought as Cameron ran by him, that is a great block. And apparently if you grab onto the other guy, it does make blocking easier. Jet Keller, I swore I saw his number out on that end now this time. Dive up the middle. The fake fooled me, and it's going to go for 12, almost 13 yards, does Grant Hafley.
Yeah, Grant Hafley, he's a junior, being a big part of this ball team. He's going to gain back what they lost and then some.
Marysville fakes that dive every play, pretty much every play. And early on, we give it. And that time we pulled the ball, or I thought we pulled the ball like we had been, but we didn't. End of the first quarter, Marysville Bulldogs on top, 6-0, but about to strike again. We'll be right back.
Landall in Marysville is invested in their team, facilities, products, customers, community, future, and excellence. For over 60 years, a family-owned company focusing on quality workmanship products and employees. Congratulating their team members with their loyalty and hard work that's paid off with a 12-year profit-sharing average of 12.42%. Thanks for all you do in making Landall Company stand out above the rest. Employment opportunities available. Go online at landall.com/careers. EEO Vets and Disability, welcome.
At RX Drugstore, the staff at your locally owned Health Mart Pharmacy is proud to support the Marysville and area communities. This is where they choose to live and work. It is important for them to get to know you, their customer, as they provide prescription, over-the-counter, and durable medical equipment services to meet your healthcare needs. They take pride in offering fast and friendly hometown service. RX Drugstore would like to thank you for keeping it local and appreciates your business. Stop in and see them in downtown Marysville today.
Brian Crock with play-by-play. Bruce Gierking doing what I can alongside here tonight. We're at Homer Hanson Stadium, Pat Landall Memorial Field in the home opener, and we are back a week from tonight. I will be in Washington County with Hanover. Max Klasky taking the weekend off to get married to his bride, Hannah, and you'll be here next week with Wamego. Wamego comes into town middle of a 3-game homestand. It's Concordia for homecoming 2 weeks from tonight, September 27th.
Yes, very good Wamego team. We'll see what they bring to us next week. Marysville Bulldogs, 3rd down, 8 yards to go. Dive up the middle. And I say middle, but he bounces to the outside, down to the 10. Had one guy to beat. He does beat him. Touchdown, Grant Hafley. Marysville Bulldogs strike again. I'm checking the field for laundry because the last time I called it, there was a yellow flag. All I see is green grass this time.
Yeah, I had just crossed off Cameron Wetter 23-yard touchdown on my numbers here, and then I get to put down 23-yard score for Grant Hafley.
There you go. 6 points added to our 6 points we had before. It's 12-0, 2-point conversion pending. Marysville went 2 for 2 on their 2-point conversions a week ago. 0 for 1 so far, second try pending. Will Otot under center. Hands it off to Cam Wetter, who I believe powered in. We'll see what the official call is. I swore he got in, but only one judge willing to make the call, and he said no good. It's going to be Marysville 12, Hiawatha 0.
When you're a producer, you gotta keep growing and keep the machinery in gear. You can't have a lot of downtime while you're waiting for parts or repairs, no matter what the equipment is. If your machinery is holding you back, talk to us. We can offer you loan options that make sense for your ag business and get you back in gear. Citizens State Bank, Marysville, Waterville, and Hanover. Member FDIC.
We're just making a living, making things grow. Harvest is in full swing. The pressure's on. Every minute counts. Can you afford to wait for fuel? Kramer Oil understands the urgency of harvest. That's why we offer same-day fuel delivery. Our dedicated team is ready to refuel your operation when and where you need it most. From E10 to premium diesel, we've got you covered. Kramer Oil. Call 785-562-2466 to schedule your delivery today. That's 785-562-2466.
Pair of scores as Marysville goes on top, just underway, second quarter. Interesting to note, 11:35 on the clock. They scored on that first play right after the quarter began, so it would have been 11:50. That clock was still rolling as we went ahead to the conversion, which was not successful. Missed on a couple of deuces now tonight.
When you're up 12-0, the clock running is a beautiful thing. Here's your kickoff. Fielded at the 15, running straight ahead. Marysville's first defender misses, but the second does not. He's brought down inside the 30 at the 29-yard line. Does Hiawatha. First and 10.
Michael Jensen coming to the near side. Last time they did a little reverse handoff. This time nothing fancy. Pretty good return for the kick return.
Brody Lawrence on the tackle. First guy who got in, they call him the Bullet or the Jet. He disrupted the running return for Jensen, or is that what you said, Morton?
17, yeah.
17. Michael Jensen, got it. Disrupted him. Here's your first play. Dive up the middle for a pretty good gain, 6-yard gain. Number 8, Josh Monaghan.
Yeah, Monaghan's going to be the fullback tonight. They had early indications he'd probably be the workhorse, but would see a large supporting cast, and that's been accurate as well. Getting a big first down pickup here, going to be a boost for this Hiawatha team, trying to get their wits about them on the road tonight.
Yeah, Ethan Morton comes in for Josh Monaghan. He gets a big gain and gets sent to the sideline. 2nd and 4. Dive again. It's going to be a different back. I'm not sure who. Gain. No gain. The officials are communicating. I'm not sure what they're trying to communicate. They called Josh Monaghan, but he was off. He was not even on the field, so it couldn't have been him.
Boys, this is a great night for high school football. It kicked off right at 80, so it was a little bit warmer today than last week, but no wind, clear sky overhead.
Here's your third down play. It's a big one. Option away. Penetration in the back forces the quarterback to pitch it early, but number 3 for Hiawatha takes off. That's Connor Kettler. Gets the edge for a big gain.
Yeah, Kettler got you going, and it was one of those well-timed pitches to the far side. Kettler, once he was off and running, was able to outdistance an opponent or two, and he brings it out past the 45. Let's call it first at the 46.
I believe that was Carter Wassenberg in the backfield blowing that play up. It also could have been Angel Rivera, but Marysville nearly had the quarterback in the backfield. 1st and 10, Hiawatha, nearing midfield. There's a pass caught at midfield.
Connor Kettler again. He's into Bulldog territory this time, and it's another first down.
11-yard gain for a first down.
Cam Wetter makes the stop for the Bulldogs. Red Hawks, though, making as much noise as they have all night long here on this first possession, second quarter.
Yeah, it's almost like a new team looking at these guys.
Well, they're under a first-year coach, so it's a new routine. They're on the road tonight, and it's early in the season.
They change out so much, they're going to be a little more fresh than Marysville's team. 1st and 10. Dive up the middle. Gets to the second level. He's going to be near a first down, just short. I believe that one's going to be Josh Monaghan.
Yeah, it is. It's Monaghan. He's able to pick up the first down.
He does, doesn't he? Yep. Right at the chain. Give him 10 yards.
Yeah, I don't know. Now we may have to measure where they had moved a little further on the other side with the marker. Nope, not quite enough, I guess. Or is Coach coming out there? He wants to talk about it.
The far judge is saying move the chains. It's first down. I agree with him. Let's just do it.
Coach was just determined. He said, we're going to go out there and get that down and keep this drive alive.
First and 10 Hiawatha. This is their best drive by far. Only one first down prior to this drive that I can think of. That drive ended with the 3-and-out. Or excuse me, with turnover on downs. First and 10. Braden Newell under center. Pitches the ball. Penetration in the backfield, but the running back makes a miss. Spins at the 29-yard line and is brought down right there after a 4-yard. Thank you. Ethan Morton, the runner, after a 5-yard gain.
Mosier stopping Morton out there. 12-0 Marysville, rolling past 8 minutes and counting here in the first half.
Both offenses are really similar. Option both directions, quarterback under center. It's not something you commonly see by other teams. Pass our direction, looks downfield, rolls it out, thrown deep. Oh, barely broken up. An excellent play there. Was that Keegan Waters?
Carson Henry was the intended receiver. I was watching that.
I'm pretty sure that, yep, Keegan Waters breaking that up. Excellent play at the last second, knocks it right out of Carson Henry's hands.
Newell rolled back. It was almost 10 yards deep. He knew he was going deep and allowed his receiver to get in position in the end zone. The water just stuck to him like glue.
Quarterback Braden Newell, he knew he was going to take a shot also, but he hung in there, set his feet, and made an excellent throw for Carson Henry.
He did. He put it over Waters, and he almost had it.
Ball's on the ground. It's either Marysville on it. Nope. No. They're going to say keep the clock going. 4th down. Braden Newell was the only one I think that could have got on that ball, and sure enough, he did. Bruce, you mentioned it earlier. This is a freshman center, and I think they've had some issues there.
Yeah, we've seen some challenge. There's no doubt about it. Anchoring the line is tough. I don't care how good you come in with athletic ability. Just that level of experience can make a world of difference.
The center is guaranteed to start with that ball every time. You got to have a good one. 4th and 4. Marysville looking for a stop. Hiawatha going for it. Inside the Marysville 30. Timeout, Hiawatha. We'll take it along with them. 12-0, Marysville.
Hop in, let's go to Honeyman Ford in Seneca, the best place to be.
Skip the drive. Come see us right here in Marysville, Kansas. At Honeyman Auto Sales and Service, you'll find the same honest sales experience backed by the same reliable service. With the same goals in mind, our Marysville location is sure to provide you with a satisfying vehicle experience. Find us on Facebook or stop in at 1122 Pony Express Highway today.
Have you driven a Honeyman Ford lately?
When you start a plumbing or electrical project, make sure that you have what you need to get the job done. If you don't have everything you need, Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axtell Lumber can help. Stocking a full line of electrical wiring, switches, boxes, and everything to the fixtures and even light bulbs. For that plumbing task, there's pipes, connectors and joints, faucets, toilets, and accessories. From an installation or remodel to a simple repair, get the plumbing and electrical supplies you need at one stop at Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axtell Lumber.
Welcome back to Homer Hanson Stadium. 4th and 4 for Hiawatha. It's going to be a pass play. He looks downfield. I believe the receiver does catch it. Is it enough for first down? Let's see what's officially said.
That's Carson Henry over here at the 22-yard line, and they're moving chains. Well, Brady Newell, he's showing some ability as a passing quarterback for what we was told was primarily a running team.
Now, there's a discussion between two officials. One of them said it hit the ground. The other one said, no, it's caught, and they end up going with it's caught. I know Coach here was pointing at the other official. He's saying it hit the ground. But either way, 1st and 10 Hiawatha. Dive up the middle.
Monaghan.
Brought down after the gain of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. Big 4th down conversion there on the last play by Hiawatha. Down 12, 6.5 minutes to go until halftime. Marysville last year went to Hiawatha and beat them, I believe it was 28-0.
Pair of seniors, pair of juniors, and a freshman at center on that offensive line for the Red Hawks tonight.
Here's your 2nd down and 6 play. Newell gets under center. Fakes the dive up the middle. I believe he tried to follow him, but either way, it's not going for much. Maybe 1 yard.
Much, if anything. They've got some pretty good size on the line, and I came off of Central last week. They didn't even have weights listed on the roster, but judging by what we could see, they were not a big team up front. You get the likes of Wamego, Rock Creek, even an Abilene, they're going to come in with some big bullies up the middle. So getting some size as your opponent tonight. On the line, they're going in at 245, 240, 293 off of the guard position, then 227 and 185. So there's some bulk.
There is. You're right. They are bigger boys. Quick pitch, heading away. There's a hold on the end, and it does get called.
Ethan Morton going on the far side. He had a lot of time to run, and he took full advantage of it. But it's the yellow flag that's going to make the difference.
Carson Henry, I can't see. Maybe number 7 for Marysville. Oh, Eli Sologic they were fighting on the edge over there, and I think Eli would have brought him down, brought the running back down in the backfield if it had not been for Carson Henry holding on to him. The officials saw that. They're meeting to discuss it. I'm not sure what there is to discuss. It was very blatantly a holding. And there's the call.
Yeah, just took a while to get the official signature on paperwork there.
Holding Hiawatha. It's a spot penalty. Looks like they're calling it near the 20. That's going to move all the way back to the 30 for a loss of 12.
Not a lot of penalties against Hiawatha tonight for a team under a first-year coach with a lot of players in and out. I guess I'm pleasantly surprised from their standpoint.
You're exactly right. There haven't been as many flags their direction. Definitely one there. I'm not sure what the confusion is here, though.
12-0 Marysville start. 5:20 remains first half.
Coach Trimble not happy with officiating crew right now. That is supposed to be a spot foul. He did not walk it off as a spot foul. I thought Trimble was going to take a timeout just to communicate with the white hat there, but he didn't. 3rd and long. Option our way. Pitches early. Gets back up to the original line of scrimmage for a gain of at least 5. We'll see where the official spot is.
Connor Kettler coming near side. I think they're going to give him about 5 yards before he met Ty Mosier.
4th down. Hiawatha. Last 4th down, Hiawatha was successful. It was 4th and 4. They threw a pass for 5 yards. See what they have drawn up for this 4th down play. 4.5 minutes to go until halftime. Bulldogs on top, 12-0. Here's your 4th and 10 play. It's a pass. Thrown deep downfield. Marysville intercepts it. It's Otot. He's looking to return, but he's brought down really well inside his own 20. First down, Bulldogs.
Yeah, Will Otot. I before I saw a black jersey in the way, I was going to say way overthrown into the end zone. Nice release by Newell, but Will Otot had seen it coming and takes advantage. He brings it out. Bulldog possession.
Yeah, great read there by Otot. Usually you like to see a free safety knock that to the ground so you can take over 1st and 10 from where the old line of scrimmage was. But he did have some daylight in front of him. If he would have beat that one guy, he might have been going the distance. 100-yard return. Either way, first down Marysville. End around. A handoff to him. Makes a couple guys miss. Does Keegan Waters, but only going to gain a few yards. He ran about 30 yards for those 3.
Yeah, nice job by Waters, I'm sorry.
Keegan Waters, he was really frustrated when he got brought down. He's coming out now. He knew that if he could beat one more guy, he may have been off to the races. 2nd and 7 after that 3-yard gain. Otot under center. Man in motion. Follows him. Dive up the middle. He's brought down at the 25-yard line. That's 3 or 4 more. Yep, give him 4 yards.
Those were hard-fought yards, too.
Will Otot is not a small man. You look at the skill positions for Hiawatha, they're 151 pounds, 155 pounds, 180. Well, Will Otot is 6'2", 190. And they didn't exaggerate on the stat sheet for Will. He He's bigger than your average skill position player for high school. Some confusion in the backfield for Marysville. Will smartly just gets anything he can out of it, but now it's going to be 4th and 1.
Yeah, lucky to hang on and gain forward progress.
We talked about the injury to Dakota Slubianic, so we don't have Dakota starting tonight. Well, there was clearly some disruption into the double fake that was supposed to happen on that play. So instead of faking the handoff twice, who knows what the play was supposed to happen, there was a collision in the backfield. Will smartly made 2 yards out of it. 4th and 1, Marysville's going to go for it, or at least they're out there lined up like they're going to. 5, 4, 3 on the play clock. He does get the snap. He sneaks it forward. I'm not sure if he got enough. Let's see.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the old line.
Bruce is confident. Bruce is confident. He said he did it. And he drives all the way up to the 30 from the 27, giving 3 yards on that quarterback sneak. You never know with those big piles where those officials are going to spot that ball. That one made me a little nervous, but Bruce knew right away.
Well, he went down low.
Yeah.
He went down low, and he just kind of knifed into the opposition.
Great 4th down pick up there for the Bulldogs, already on top, 12-0. Pass, caught by Cameron Wetter. He did not get brought down right away, but he stepped out of bounds.
He was slowed down, went to the sideline, and there at the 35-yard line is where he caught the edge of the turf. Still a beautiful pass play. Kind of went over the top into Wetter.
Yep, 6-yard gain. Ocott to Wetter. If he hadn't touched that boundary line, he thought he was still going. The official blew his whistle and said, no, you stepped on the line.
Got a minute 51 left before the half. Bulldogs got 60, 65 yards to march downfield.
Yeah, they're going to have to hustle up. They're not a fast-moving offense. Option this way. Cameron's got the ball again. He needs to get to the sideline, and he does. Right at midfield.
Wetter eluded a tackle there at the 40. They went down around the ankles and made a diving effort. Cameron Wetter, once he pulled his leg loose, he kept turning, and he's past the midfield.
Yeah, right there. Give him a 14-yard gain right at midfield. Yep. Nose of the football is nearly right on that 50-yard line. 1st down, getting out of bounds, stops the clock. 1:42 to go. Marysville up 12-0 over Hiawatha. Like I said, we drove to Hiawatha a year ago, beat them 28-0.
One of 3 wins for Marysville last year.
Looking for their second here tonight. Man in motion is Nate Shoddy. He turns it up the middle. He's going to get 4 yards. Unfortunately, Nate needs to get the edge there, and he needs to run that all the way to the boundary. Instead, Marysville is going to have to take a timeout. We're going to take it along with them. We'll be right back. 12-0, Marysville.
Generations have relied on Kinsley's of Marysville, the Padden Funeral Chapel in Frankfort, Hanover Mortuary, Ward Funeral Homes of Lynn and Washington, and Landreth Axtell Funeral Home. You can continue to rely on the professional experience that they provide and the heartfelt concern that they offer each family that they serve. Caring concern in your family's time of need. Croc Family Insurance is here to help you find the right insurance products to protect what matters most to you. As an independent agency, they represent over 80 companies that allow options for the right products at the right cost. See Brian Croc today for home, auto, commercial coverage, and more. Call or stop by at 1119 Broadway, just west of the courthouse in Marysville. Find them online at crocfamilyinsurance.com. For complete coverage and a competitive quote, reach out to Croc Family Insurance in Marysville.
Live home and away coverage on air online on our mobile app, a service of our KNDY Sports Booster Club members, and that includes Croc Family Insurance. Glad to have Brian helping us out this year. Beautiful night for high school football. We'll be back here a week from tonight as Walmego comes to town 2 weeks from tonight, and Cordy is in for a homecoming tilt.
Haggard coming in to disrupt the broadcast over here. He's the eyes in the sky. Oh, Marysville puts the ball on the ground, and Hiawatha recovers. It was 2nd and 6. Marysville was driving. Instead, confusion there with the snap. Ball goes on the ground. 1st and 10 Hiawatha. They have 1 minute and 26 seconds to put together a drive of their own to pull within one score.
First Bulldog turnover here tonight. A fumble for Marysville at midfield. Pair of turnovers for Hiawatha. Fumble on their second play from scrimmage. interception not far back. Leaves a lot of field for Hiawatha to cover, but they'd like to add a score before intermission, I'm sure.
Yes, they would. I'm not sure. Oh, Trimble's out on the field arguing something again.
Oh, boy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Animated.
Well, he has not been happy with this officiating crew tonight. And there has been some confusion as to two officials calling different things and them just going with one of them instead of getting together. I understand his frustration completely. They're still trying to figure out. Trimble's very animated. I think there was an issue there with what was supposed to happen. The clock's not moving. The play clocks aren't moving. Hiawatha decides to huddle back up as the referees are going to actually get together and communicate through this.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to guess on it. We don't need to.
Yeah.
Wait till they sort it out. But not an interception, say fumble, a turnover for the Bulldogs. Looking pretty solid here tonight. I won't say it's been a game without its twists and turns and a few mistakes along the way. Pretty good test, though. I mean, I think these two teams are probably going to be, I won't say heaving up every night out, but they're probably good competitors.
Yeah, Hiawatha, you said they lost a week ago. Was it to Royal Valley?
Yeah, they've reshuffled the league over there. What was the Big Seven? Now it's the Mid-East League.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't even give you the whole list, but they were two basically rivals that aren't too far down the road from each other. Had met a year ago, went 14-13 Hiawatha. This year was 18-14, I think. Royal Valley took the win last week. Red Hawks dropped the opener. Marysville with that win at Nemaha Central, undefeated coming in tonight. And we still don't have a decision on the field. They've taken a conversation over to the Hiawatha sideline.
Are they moving the chains to reset them for Marysville? I think they are. It's going to be maybe the official coming in over the PA system. I'm not sure, but I believe they're going to give this ball back to Marysville.
That's interesting. Two officials are going to come back over to visit with the Marysville coaching staff.
Like I said, Trimble was out on the field furious. Now it's the opposing coach, Hiawatha's coach, is just absolutely livid with the white hat.
I don't think there's going to be a resolution that's going to
make everybody happy. Yeah.
No, you don't. And that happens.
Marysville's defense is still out on the field, but the chains have reset to second down Marysville.
What was a pretty quick progression here tonight has now stalled out just before halftime. Buck 26 remains, Marysville 12, and Hiawatha nothing. Of course, we've got all our scores and updates on the Mural Insurance Scoreboard Show for you tonight. Game nights on KNDY, twice each hour. And, of course, twice Saturdays during our 7 a.m. news block. All right.
Here comes Marysville's offense.
They have met at center field. They have reset the chains on the far side. And we are going to reestablish a running game right to left, huh?
I'll take it. I'm not sure what was said, or I honestly didn't catch anything of what it might have happened. But we thought Willow Top fumbled.
No.
Not even sure if apparently that play just never happened because it was second down before.
Yeah, and it wasn't a situation where he was down because it was further downfield, if that were the call.
Yeah. Kansas City Royals are on top of Pittsburgh 7-1 after 7. K-State on top 14-7, just intercepted Arizona. Blown play for Marysville. This time Will didn't put it on the floor, but he's not going to gain any yards, and the clock's going to keep on ticking. Not sure what happened.
No, and what's going through my mind, you went through all of that effort to get the ball back. Now you've got to make something of it, and that's not the way you wanted to start.
Yep. Timeout on the field. We're going to take it along with
We're going to keep it here.
We're going to keep it here. Never mind. KU on top of UNLV 17-13. If you're recording these games, I apologize, but you're listening to sports, so we're going to give you sports. 3rd and 4 after this timeout. Marysville takes this timeout to avoid the clock milking away anymore. Marysville in Hiawatha's side of the field, up 12-0.
Yeah, you're on 3rd down, so you've got some work to do anyway. You slice it without a lot of time left. Got a 2-score lead. Obviously, you'd like to stretch that out, but I think you could probably go to your locker room and look ahead to the second half and still feel pretty good about this start here tonight.
Jason and I used to have this conversation all the time, Bruce. We are in the days where we used to take a knee before halftime. These kids nowadays, they don't take a knee before halftime. You will always see plays for the end zone. Jason and I were with you. We believed in that exact same thing. But instead, Marysville, I bet, tries to put a drive together here. 1 minute and 9 seconds to go. Still officiating issues.
Yep, Tony's going to have a chat with them again. Here's your color commentary, though, when the Bulldogs gathered on your sideline. I don't know what kind of a sticker they've got on the side of their helmets, but it really just shines. It glitters, so to speak. It lights here. Kind of special to see that little moment. You know, we're a little thin in the ranks here tonight. I think there might be some down at Bill Snyder Stadium. I know there was quite a few folks heading down. I'm sure they're listening in on the stream tonight, and we appreciate that.
All right, here we go. We're going to get a third down play, I bet. 3rd and almost 5. 1:09 to go until halftime. And we are not going to get a third down play because there was false start or illegal procedure by Marysville.
So we had like a minute and a half on the clock, and it's taken 15 minutes to roll off a half a minute.
Still third down, except make it 3rd and 9.
Oh, sorry. 5th penalty against the Bulldogs here tonight by my count.
Like you said, Bruce, when do you think about taking a knee? Back in the day, we always did. I bet this is a pass play. Paxton Voden, right here in front of us. Here's your third down play. It is a pass. Will Otop rolling our direction. Excuse me. That was not Will. That was Keegan Waters.
Boom on a big hit there. How about Josh Monahan, 180-pound senior, taking care of Keegan Waters.
4th and long coming up. Timeout.
Keep it
Probably
here.
Hiawatha. We'll keep it right here.
Minute 4 remains. Again, week 2 of the season. It's an early season call. Wamego comes in as we open North Central Kansas League play next week. Several of the league schools, I think one with common opponents tonight. An interesting start for the North Central Kansas League and some of the teams they're playing. I saw Bishop Ward, one of the opponents last week. There was another one or two this week that looked a little different. Of course, Marysville reunited a series with Nemaha Central that will at least be a year or two out, I'm sure. And year to year, you go with different district alignments. Then you also add a new team to the North Central Kansas League this year in Rock Creek. It has to be interesting for the scheduling crew.
Absolutely. Looks like a punt team coming out from Marysville. 4th and 14.
So all of that, and we're going to punt the ball away.
1 minute and 4 seconds until halftime. Hiawatha looking to get the ball, get on the scoreboard. They're down 12-0. Good punt, hits the ground at the 20, rolls back to the 23, where Marysville touches it. First down, Hiawatha. They've got 76 yards to go in 57 seconds.
Had all of that series of discussions back and forth, meetings in the middle, and change in the routine not happened, we'd be starting the second half.
Yeah, you're right. That was 10 minutes ago that we were at 109.
Literally.
And the sad thing is we didn't get to watch football. It was just arguing between the old guys that are here. And this play's not going to happen either. Looked like some sort of reverse that Hiawatha was going to run. Newell was under center, about to hand the ball off to an end around. Not sure what they even blew it dead for.
Clock never got in motion. Ball
was never set. They weren't allowed to snap yet. They got to wait for the whistle. The official has to give them the go-ahead. Not sure what the official was waiting for. Got to wait for it again. Here we go. Should have been a false start. Run up the middle. Gets past the 30 for a 7 or 8 yard gain.
Ethan Morton's the ball carrier. He's had several touches here tonight. Look out, got a flag in the middle.
I did think I saw a flag. They threw it right at the tackle, which is usually a face mask. Let's see what the officials say. Yep, face mask. Not sure why someone other than the white hat would call that, but it was. So add 15 yards onto that, which makes this a little more interesting. 52 seconds to go. 5-yard variation. So there's two different types. There's the personal foul where you bring him down, and then there's the 5-yard type.
A little concerned, though, that the penalties are just starting to add up in Marysville. Not in a big way that it's doing damage, but quite a few flags on the Bulldogs.
You're exactly right. Oh, ball is on the ground again. I believe Marysville got this. Yep, I did see a Marysville guy jump on it, and he did. First down, Marysville. 47 seconds to go. Marysville takes over at the Hiawatha 35.
Another fumble, another turnover, third turnover tonight for the Red Hawks. Well, I guess you gained some yards, and we've still got a world of time to
There's
work with.
still a ton of time. This clock has not moved in the last 22 seconds of game time. We've witnessed 13 or 14 real human minutes milk away. First down. Fake the dive up the middle. Pitch to Wetter on the end. He does not get the end. He loses yardage.
Josh Monaghan, we've called him before. He's a senior starter, both sides of the ball. Monaghan right there. Stopped him for a short loss of a couple.
Marysville quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Will in shotgun. It's rare. Means he's passing, and he does. Rolls out away. Throws a short pass. It's going to be a short gain. He was tackled right away by Connor Kettler.
It was Brody Lawrence on the far side. The pass came a little bit short, so he had to come into the pass.
6.7 seconds remaining. Marysville decides to spike the ball. They're going to take one shot at the end zone. Marysville up 12-0. 4th and 10 after the short gain.
Pausing the action, I said, we don't have the usual contingent down below, but Hiawatha traveled well tonight.
Yeah, you're right. They have about as many fans as it seems like you need to. It's probably because they're all at home listening to us, right?
I hope so.
Yeah. Marysville with their last chance to add to their lead. Will Otot rolls out. He's got trouble in the backfield. Throws a short pass to Wetter. Wetter starts running without catching the ball. Incomplete. We're going to head into halftime. Marysville 12, Hiawatha 0. We'll be right back.
Have you ever thought about the impact your broadband provider has on our children's educational experience? In today's world, our schools and students rely on broadband internet more than ever for teaching, for interacting, to bring outside expertise into our small schools, and to open up our students' worlds. At Blue Valley Technologies, we believe our students deserve all of the resources in the world, one of the many reasons why we stand by in building robust fiber networks. We wish all of the students, families, and educators we serve a successful school year. We are proud to keep you connected.
You've depended on KNDY Radio to get all your local news, weather, and sports updates. Now you can depend on KNDYradio.com as well, where you can find everything you've heard, missed, and more. Let KNDY keep you informed when severe weather strikes, and listen to your area high school football and basketball broadcasts even if you're miles away from home with our Listen Live feature. You can also look to KNDYradio.com for school closings when the weather's rough. Make KNDYradio.com your #1 source for everything local and so much more.
Have you ever wondered what sets Sunflower Community Credit Union apart from the rest? It's the power of ownership. When you join Sunflower Community Credit Union, you're not just a customer. You're a member and an owner. Sunflower Community Credit Union is a member-owned, nonprofit financial institution that places our members' needs as our top priority. We're here to help you grow your savings, manage your finances, and achieve your dreams. Visit Sunflower Community Credit Union in Marysville, where ownership matters.
Bruce Dierking, Brian Kroc from Homer Hanson Stadium, Pat Landall Memorial Field in the newly renovated press box. These are the nicest digs. I love it. And I love the job. Inline Construction was their lead contractor on this. The school district did a great job. They didn't get in a hurry when they did the stadium project and jumped the gun. They had some bigger ambitions with the press box facility. We were a part of that conversation, but I really like the common sense approach. They used the structure. They were told the structure is in great shape. It's been up here atop the stadium for many, many years, but we took the inside and brought it up to 2024 standards. The Marysville dance team, and this is about the second year, I believe, for the Marysville High dance team performing at center field here at halftime as Marysville goes to the locker room with a 12-0 lead. Oh, my goodness, those waning minutes of the first half.
Yeah, we were pulling out our hair in here waiting for something to happen, but we never got anything to actually go. But either way, Marysville heads into halftime 12-0. Did they want to add some points on the board? Yes. Did some crazy stuff happen? Turnover, maybe not. There were like 3 turnovers that actually happened, but only 2 of them counted. And in the end, no points were scored. But Marysville, once again, their defense proving to be what carries them, right?
Yeah, similar situation to last week. The other similarity was that second play from scrimmage. Marysville picked up a score on that last week, took over on their first possession there. Same thing tonight. Second play from scrimmage, they cough up the football. Marysville gets that early score for the 6-0 lead. Second score just as the second quarter unfolded. But weren't able to get the conversion on either one of those. You got to clean some things up. I think that's going to be my takeaway of the first half, is that the penalties have really stacked up against Marysville. Hiawatha, not so much. Let's talk about missed opportunities. We're not going to name it, but probably some missed opportunities both sides of the ball. And you're in a 12-0 ball game, but it could look a lot different.
Yeah, Marysville, I feel, is the better ball team. Maybe not taking advantage of some opportunities, but their defense is keeping them on top on the scoreboard.
Without a doubt. Well, I'm out of rotation here tonight. I think we're going to catch Tony Trimble here on the halftime show. We didn't catch him on pregame.
Nice.
But we're going to just take a short break. I'll come back and recap scoring if we will, and we'll continue our halftime conversation as Lake Nation's Marysville High Bulldog Marching Band takes center field at Bulldog Stadium here tonight on a Friday night under the lights.
Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance, providing high-quality coverage and service, all at a competitive premium cost. Since 1888, Bremen Farmers Mutual has offered homeowner, farm owner, business owner, fire, and inland marine coverage. Dependable and affordable. See your local agent representing Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance. Learn more about the various insurance products offered by going online at bfmic.com.
Ag Buildings provide safe storage and working space for farm shops and machinery. Inline Construction offers wood or steel frame ag buildings, complete and finished to your specifications. Call today for a quote and let them get started. For ag buildings, demolition, concrete, and construction work, count on Inline Construction. Find them and see their recent projects on their Facebook page.
With new and expanding inventory and a great selection, Crownover Auto Sales in Marysville is here to serve you. This is Andrew Crownover. We believe in a handshake deal you can trust and the service to back it up. Check out everything on our lot located across from Valley Vet Supply, East Highway 36 in Marysville. Or talk with Ethan or myself about special ordering your next ride. Find us online at crownoverautosales.com. Friendly service and an honest car buying experience. That's Crownover Auto Sales in Marysville.
Bulldog football live on air, online, and on our mobile app. Marysville leading Hiawatha. Home opener for the Marysville Bulldogs this season. Marysville leading by a 12-0 count. Scoring first with 4:16 to play in the opening quarter, 17-yard touchdown pass from Willow Tot to Keegan Waters. Not able to get the two-point conversion at 6-0 Marysville. Scoring again as the second quarter unfolded, a 21-yard touchdown carry by Grant Heafley. They were short on the conversion again, but lead 12-0 as we take it to intermission. Marysville leading Hiawatha. Bulldogs 1-0 on the season, Hiawatha 0-1. It is second game of the full season for these two teams here tonight.
Welcome to the Marysville Bulldogs pregame coaches interview with head coach Tony Trimble. Coach, that 16-8 win over two-time defending 3A state champion Nemaha Central last Friday night really gave your team a confidence boost, hopefully going into this game versus Hiawatha. First off, how did you come away victorious in last week's game?
Well, I think that the biggest key for us was our defense. We talked last week about our kids approaching this game and not being intimidated by Nemaha's tradition of success in the recent years. And I felt really good about the way our kids approached that. They weren't intimidated. They knew the other team was going to make plays, and things were going to be up and down throughout the night, and they responded to every situation in a great way. And like I said, our defense definitely deserves the game ball this week.
A big win for your team right off the bat, no doubt about that one. But as you get ready for week 2 and as you attacked practice this week, how did you keep that fire lit under your team?
Well, I told the kids multiple times, when things are going well, we're going to be tougher as coaches on them. We're going to nitpick all the little details we got to continue to improve on and focus on those things. And that just kind of helps keep us even-keeled, keeps our heads about us, and allows us to focus on mostly improving our craft and not focused on so much a team across from us.
Every team always looks to get better week by week, so what's been the focus this week in practice?
Well, obviously, we got to prepare for what Hiawatha does offensively and defensively, but it's always kind of been my philosophy as a coach. We focus on us, make sure that we're getting better, doing things that we need to do to improve as a team. I really feel like that my biggest concern this week is, how we're going to respond after a big win. We don't want to have a letdown of practice. We don't want to have that so-called hangover effect. We want to keep working to get better. We know that, like you said, it is a long season, and after watching films, our kids realize that there's a lot of things that we can improve on that can make us even a much better football team than we were Friday night.
And as you look at this Red Hawks team coming in this evening, Coach, you guys victorious over them the last 2 years. What are they going to present to you tonight that you're going to have to be prepared for?
Well, they got a new coach this year, and so they're actually running a flexbone offense similar to what we run. They're in the learning processes of it with a new coach. Obviously, anytime you get a new coach, there's some growing pains. They got some big kids up front. They got a couple fast kids in the backfield, so they have some potential to be a team that could have some explosive plays. And our defense has to step up again this week, just like they did last week. And I think the key to our defense last week was just the way that everybody pursued to the football and was just hungry to get in on a tackle. And as long as we keep that, I think we'll be pretty effective on defense for most of the year.
This has been the KNDY pregame coaches interview with head coach of the Marysville Bulldogs, Tony Trimble. Don't touch that dial as Marysville and Hiawatha get ready to battle coming up on KNDY.
Farmers, they're the lifeblood of America. The men and women who tackle the toughest jobs to put clothes on our backs and food on our tables. They might do it quietly, but their genuine values and tireless work ethic are an inspiration to us all. Some might say farming is a thankless occupation, so that's why we're taking the time to say thanks. Farm Bureau Financial Services, protecting what matters most.
Patrick Booty in Marysville is your local agent with Marshall County Farm Bureau Insurance and Farm Bureau Financial Services.
Agriculture. Our country was built on it. Our children are fed by it. No one quite understands the unique needs of the farmer like United Bank and Trust. Whether you raise crops or livestock, you need the right equipment at the right time. Our ag loans can help you acquire and maintain that equipment when and where you need it. Contact one of our experienced ag lenders today. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Freeze CPA in Marysville has built a heritage of trust and reliability with your accounting, tax, and business advisory needs through the years. Certified public accountant Marcus Freeze, with over 25 years of experience, and his staff continue that tradition of outstanding service to you, the customer, each and every day. Freeze CPA, downtown Marysville.
At Alliance Insurance, we are all excited to announce our long-awaited move to our new location at 715 Broadway. Previously Blue River Eye Care, which is located one door east of our old location. Just look for Dottie Rose. The same personalized service you expect at our new location back on Broadway. So from Tammy, Jen, and Diana, Alliance Insurance, please give us a call for all your insurance needs. 785-562-2393.
Bruce Dierking, Brian Crock, Mike Scheid. It's week 2 of the high school football season. Of course, I guess week 3 if you include the Jamboree, the preseason Jamboree with Lloyd, Betha. Nemaha Central, a win for Marysville last week. Still talking about a big upset of top-ranked 2A, Nemaha Central. Marysville comes away with the win for an undefeated start to the season off a 3-win season last year. Hiawatha here tonight, trailing Marysville 12-0. North Central Kansas League play opens a week from tonight as Wamego comes in. Then it's homecoming at the end of September. Concordia is in on the 27th. By the way, we'll be part of the United Bank and Trust tailgate party in the city park preceding that ball game, and it's alumni night that one as well. Marysville High School alumni is getting more active, and they're going to have a big show at Venue 36 after the game. Road trip down to Abilene opens October. Rock Creek, the recent entry into the NCKL, comes in. Chapman and Clay Center are weeks 7 and 8, with week 9 to be determined. For the Marysville High School football team, of course, all sports are underway. Junior high football got things rolling. The Marysville cross-country team hosted an invitational to open the season. They are at Wamego for an invitational tomorrow. Volleyball team, they opened with an invitational, and their next action is coming up on Saturday as well. Nemaha Central, girls golf and girls tennis, and the volleyball coach was our guest tonight on the halftime show, but we got a little out of rotation, so we'll catch up on that next week. Reminding you, we're on the air, home and away games, on air online and on our mobile app. It's Bulldog Football Live on KNDY.
At Reflections, you will find a treasure trove of items and gifts backed by a friendly and knowledgeable staff. Shop your Hallmark Gold Crown store for the biggest selection in greeting cards, Christmas ornaments, gift wrap, home decor, and gift ideas for all your celebration and personal needs. In addition, Reflections offers custom framing services and specialized Black Squirrel products, along with your favorite K-State and KU fan gear. Shop Reflections in downtown Marysville today.
There is a difference. Oh, what a difference.
When it comes to financing your operation, you want to deal with someone who knows agriculture. Our loan officers are experienced in ag lending. Get your ag loans here. First Commerce Bank. Experience the difference. Member FDIC.
Ever wonder about the true cost of replacing your home and all its contents? Concerned about liability if someone gets injured on your property? It's time to address these crucial questions. At Blue Valley Insurance, we specialize in home protection. From theft and vandalism to fire and storms, we've got your back. Let's craft a personalized plan tailored to your unique needs. Visit us at Blue Valley Insurance in Lynn, Greenleaf, Hanover, or Marysville.
Opposite our broadcast, Kansas Jayhawks on FM 95.5. Kansas State's down at Bill Snyder in Manhattan. I think we're going to have some updates on those.
Yeah, we got KU on top 17-16 over UNLV. UNLV driving. K-State on top of Arizona 14-7. I bet the Wildcats win because it's Wildcats versus Wildcats, Bruce. And Kansas City Royals on top of Pittsburgh 8-1 with 2 more outs left to go in that ballgame. There's your updates.
Around the NCKL, Marysville here leading Hiawatha 12-0. Abilene leading Chapman 14-0. Concordia trails Beloit 12-0. Clay Center and Southeast of Saline are tied 14 all at the half. So across the board, some pretty good games tonight.
Yeah.
We came out of that last week. Sometimes early in the season, you see a lot of blowouts, and I know there were some across the state. There were some here in the region too, but I think for a large part, we had some well-contested affairs, and that sure makes football a lot more fun in my eyes.
Well, when these teams graduate, some really talented seniors, they come into the next season with these high hopes and these great rankings like Nemaha Central. But when they graduated, their entire offensive line, we had a lot of fans there. They're like, oh, this is a question mark game. We're not sure. We got a whole new line. Well, that's a really important spot in 11-man football. And so there were a lot of things that we thought were going to go one way that ended up going quite the other. And we did not think the Nemaha Central game, we did not circle that as a good game on our schedule. We thought, oh, what a bad scheduling deal. And end up, Marysville comes up on top.
Marysville took Hiawatha a year ago. That was a 28-0 score. Hiawatha falls to Royal Valley in their season opener 18-13. That was kicking off a Big East league that is now kind of a reconfiguration as some came and some went. These two teams, though, have met recently and always matched up pretty well. Michael Downard was the coach for several years over there. I'm told they still kind of miss him, but Mike came back home. He's a Marysville High alum, and he serves on the coaching staff here under Tony Trimble. Tony, of course, came up via Valley Heights, spent a number of years down at Valley Heights, 16 years, in fact, then through Hutchinson on a trip up here to Marysville. So he's at the helm for the Bulldogs, leading the Red Hawks here as teams take the field for the second half. I think we're about set to go. Again, a beautiful night for high school football as the sun is set. The Friday night lights are on, and Hiawatha will defend the east goal, kicking off. Marysville defending the west goal, leading 12-0.
We've got Brody Lawrence and Nate Shoddy back to receive the kickoff. Leighton Moore for Hiawatha about to send it to the Bulldogs.
We pulled an extra set of eyes in here. Tommy Brenniger joins us because we're all out of caboodles here tonight. We're in different positions than we're used to being, so maybe we'll be a little more accurate ahead of the play. But they've had a lot of rotation in tonight, so there's been a lot of activity.
Yeah, the white jerseys keeping us on our toes by subbing people in and out. This kick is going to be close to going out of bounds, and it does. That's illegal. But it was offsides before the kick even started. So it should have been 2 flags on this. But the offsides kills the play anyway.
Half a dozen Marysville penalties in the first half, a couple here and there for Hiawatha. The officials are earning their keep tonight. Tommy's doing some officiating this year, right? Junior high, high school.
I've done junior high games.
Yeah. It's a thankless job.
That takes a real character to be able to handle that.
Well.
Yep. I coach junior high girls basketball, and I have for like 15 years, so I get it.
I umped T-ball.
Yeah, that's tough.
Brutal.
Okay, here's your kickoff. Field is at the 25. Hole up the middle for Nate Shoddy. Up to the 50, to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, 10. Kickoff return for Nate Shoddy coming out of halftime. Touchdown, Marysville. No laundry on the field. It's going to be 18-0. Bulldogs on top of Hiawatha.
75 yards, if I'm marking it right. Wow, he was off to the races, showed great speed. And what a boost to the Bulldog faithful, opening the second half with the score to extend the lead.
Yeah, we talked to a few people who transversed through our office here, and they all said this has kind of been a boring game, or it's taking forever. It's hard to believe we're up 12-0. Well, there's some excitement for you. Y'all heard the cannon all over town. Marysville on top 18-0, looking to convert their the two-point conversion for the first time. They're 0 for 2 so far. Man in motion. Will Lotot's got the ball. Gets in there. 2-point conversion. Good. 20-0. Marysville on top of Hiawatha.
In your bustling lives, we're constantly on the move from hectic commutes to family outings. Blue Valley Insurance offers comprehensive auto coverage to keep you safe on every journey. Whether you're heading to work or driving your kids to practice, we've got you covered. Visit us at convenient locations in Lynn, Greenleaf, Hanover, or Marysville for personalized auto insurance solutions tailored to your needs. Drive with peace of mind, knowing you're protected by Blue Valley Insurance.
18-0, your Bulldogs lead the Red Hawks. 75-yard kick return for Nate Shoddy. You know, Marysville scored just as that second quarter began. Just as this third quarter begins, they're on the board again. Nice start for the second half.
5'11", 160-pound sophomore. You've said that a couple times tonight, Bruce. Always good to see a standout underclassman. Well, there he is. That kid was fast. He is also going to be the kicker here. 20-0. Marysville on top. Only 12 seconds has elapsed so far in the second half. So far this season, it's been a story of Marysville's defense carrying the way. Well, there's some special teams to add to it. Here's your kickoff. Fielded at the 15. Ran up to the 25. The first guy gets him. Great tackle.
Michael Jensen, he's been the return man tonight. Not done a bad job, but that's probably one of his shorter, if not the shortest return for Jensen tonight.
Jet Keller? Nice. Jet Keller in on the tackle. 1st and 10. Tommy signaled to me 22 a ton of times. I'm like, I didn't even know he had a 22. But I did call Jet Keller earlier. He's done a few standout things to get his name called. I just didn't recognize the number. 1st and 10 for Hiawatha. Down 20-0. Marysville's goal is to keep that egg up there. Handoff, dive.
Nice.
First guy through has been Josh Monaghan. I'm not sure if that is again.
Yeah, nice stop coming here. It's Carson Henry. I didn't see him in a back position. Carson. Oh, no, it's Monaghan. I just couldn't read the number there. Monaghan, though, is kind of limping off the far side of the field. He's going to be all right. I'm sure he's going to be back. He's going to be out for a play or two.
Yeah, 2nd and 10 after the no gain.
Monaghan stretching it out on the far sideline there. He's been a big key for him tonight.
Newell going under center. And in motion. Quarterback keeper. I think he's going to lose yards here, Bruce.
Yeah, he met a wall right there at the line, and certainly no gain. Yeah. No big threats from Hiawatha tonight. You know, I'm kind of thinking about this. Marysville's had their scores, but Hiawatha's really never threatened tonight that I recall.
High school football, you see a lot of breakdown of responsibility, and so there's big plays. That's one thing that I'm really going to credit the Marysville's defense while knocking on some wood. I'm going to credit them from not allowing big plays from either Nemaha Central or Hiawatha.
Central was a big play team, Hyatt especially.
Yeah. Dropping back to passes, Newell. Pump fake, scrambles. He's going to get 7 yards. Really good scramble.
Yeah, that was heads up because he knew he had no opportunities to release the ball. He found an opening and took advantage of it. Ty Mosier finally makes the stop. We've said his name a number of times.
Looks like the punt team might be coming out.
And you're on 4th down. You don't really have a choice.
Punt for Hiawatha is Connor Kettler. Calls for the ball. Handles it. Not a good punt.
No, it went down around the ankles. He was kind of lucky to grab hold of it and still have time to get it past midfield, but that's going to be about the extent of it past midfield.
Now, the only positive thing to say about that for Hiawatha is it did take about a 10-yard forward kick up to the Marysville 38. Marysville's going to take over 1st and 10. Technically going to be their first offensive possession as the opening kickoff was returned by Nate Shoddy.
Well, you're going to open with pretty decent field positions. What they can do with it, they spent a lot of time with the ball just before intermission, never wound up doing anything scoring-wise, and then you get the kick return to open the second half.
3 minutes into the second half, Marysville with the ball. Quarterback keeper, he's past the 40. Give him 4 yards on first down.
Quarterback keep on the play by number 1, Will Hotott. Tackle on the play by number
The misdirection usually fools me, but I knew exactly what Will was doing there. Faked the dive to Grant Hafley coming through and followed him.
Without the efforts of Dakota Slupionic, 240-pound senior, he's out. Alex Shales down here tonight. He's a lineman starter for Marysville. Don't know the extent of their injuries. I don't know that Tony mentioned anything in the conversation with Max.
2nd and 6.
We found
Hotott under center. Pitches to Nate Shoddy. He's off to the races. He gets by to the second level, to the 30, and he's brought down near the 25-yard line.
Hiawatha lucky they could catch up with the speedster, Nate Shoddy. Give it a chance to run, give it a chance to shine.
30.
Sophomores making it happen tonight.
30-yard gain for Nate Shoddy.
One defender would push him out of bounds. Weren't for that, he's in the end zone for a second time here in the second half.
Marysville's been one defender away from running a lot of these loose tonight. You could tell we've been just that close, and then sure enough, Nate Shoddy gets the kickoff return, and then a 30-yarder there. 1st and 10 Bulldogs. Hafley, I think, Hotott kept it. He kept it, and he's going to get from the 28 up to the 19. Give him 9.
Yeah, Hotott was awful close to a first down. Great run by Hotott there. Marysville really taking command.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Tony said at halftime, but it fired them up.
Yeah.
7 minutes and 40 seconds to go until the end of the third quarter.
They're just playing with a lot of confidence out there right now. It's a different feel.
2nd and short. Shifting the line. Nate Shoddy in motion. Will still got it. Pitches it really late to Cameron. One guy to beat, and he does not.
Tripped him up the 10-yard line. That was another one that had they not made the stop, and the Hiawatha defender is a little slow, helped up off the turf by his teammates.
I got 12 yards for Cameron Wetter there. I'm not sure what Tommy put it down at, but I usually waited until his dad put one number down, and then I changed it on him. So just for old time's sake, I'm going to do it to him. Yes, perfect. He put 11 down. I gave him 12. Jason always changed it for me. Tommy is going to hold his ground. All right, 1st and goal, Marysville at the 8. Will Hotott under center. Hands it to Nate Shoddy. Nate looking to get that edge again. Spin moves under a guy into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown in 5 minutes.
Yeah, Nate Shoddy got to work out there, and the only thing he was going to accept at the end was a touchdown. He had the turf under his feet. He would dodge and dart his way between defenders, and he takes it in for another score.
I keep seeing really good blocks out by our far wideouts. I know it was Brody Lawrence earlier. That one might have been Paxton Vogt. I know Keegan Waters has been out there kicking out corners. Really good job getting that edge block. Little confusion here on the extra point because we don't typically kick extra points.
No.
Such a confusion that Nate Shoddy came out and Keegan Waters went in, and I think he blocked it. No good. Marysville 26, Hiawatha 0. We'll be right back.
For reliable trash pickup and roll-off service, call on Temps Disposal. Containers sized to meet your needs for residential, commercial, and construction jobs. Always prompt and professional, Temps Disposal serves Marshall, Washington, and Gage counties. Let them go to work for you. If it's their weekly collection schedule or one-time pickups for construction, moving, or cleanup, Temps Disposal in Marysville is a phone call away at 785-562-5360.
Napa know-how.
Locally owned, locally operated, your Napa Parts store in Marysville offers Napa parts and accessories, plus the tools, equipment, and supplies you need to get every job done right the first time. The right tools at the right price, plus Napa know-how. From your locally owned and locally operated Napa Parts store in Marysville, Enan's Automotive.
Napa know-how.
Nate shot in the end zone twice here in this second half, and we've still got 7:06 to play in this third quarter as Marysville opens up a 40-0 lead. But where are the extra points tonight?
Yeah, we were great on them a week ago, and tonight, no good. Kickoff, caught at the 15, heading away from us. Really, really well defended. Only gets up to, maybe the 23-yard line. Connor Kettler on the return.
Yeah, Jensen had been the return man, so Kettler was kind of new to that post. Yeah, I can't say, but he didn't gain what he could have.
The thing about Connor Kettler for Hiawatha is he's been the spark they need to stay in this game. There was a moment there right before half that I thought he was going to take charge and march that team down to the other end zone. And right after that, the coach took him out of the game.
Jet Keller on the stop. You're double deuce again.
There you go. Call him again, Jet Keller. This play for Hiawatha is going to be blown up in the backfield. Well, I'm not sure if Newell kept it.
Well, it got to Monaghan, but I don't know how, and it didn't do them any good at all. Right now, I'm just seeing the Hiawatha team kind of floundering.
Marysville's defensive line. So you see Ashton Schaefer, Angel Rivera maybe out there. We got Rhett Wurtenberger. They absolutely, the three of them blew up the offensive line, so we couldn't even see the play develop. 2nd and 12. Number 20 are on the end around. I'll let you get that, Ethan Morton. Thank you. And he turned nothing into something, because that should have gone for a loss.
But still,
gain of 4. Yep.
Morton.
Gain of 4, because it was 2nd and 12. Now we're looking at 3rd and 8.
Shotty on the stop for NHS.
Yeah, the Hiawatha, the backfield motion is different than what we've been watching all night. I don't know if they're just trying some new things out or what. Single back. That's how they've been most of the night. Man in motion. Pitch to the man in motion. Makes the first guy miss. That's shoddy. Ball comes out really late, but they say he was already down. It's going to be a gain of a few.
They are putting a lot of new faces in here. It's crazy. It is crazy. It's like a revolving door off the Hiawatha sideline.
I heard Brody Lawrence, Kane Milholland to my right here, called Brody Lawrence for the tackle. Anybody get a runner there on that play?
No. There's 5 kids just came
16,
in.
Gotcha. Ren Hageman. 4th down. Punt team is out for Hiawatha. They are changing some things up, and they were short-staffed also.
They had 2 guys.
Yeah, 2 guys came out.
I don't know if that's going to be a whistle.
Yeah. Smartly, they take a timeout. Should have been a flag. Bruce, I'm going to let you.
Yeah, let a reset button.
I'm going to let you try to figure out what's going to. Hiawatha subbing in a lot of young kids, and so it's just an attempt for them to try out some new stuff. They're down 26-0. Haven't shown a whole lot of life. So what a great time to get some of these younger classmen. They don't have a whole lot of seniors on this roster. What seniors they do have are the names we've been calling. The Braden Newell, the Connor Kettler. Those are really the main seniors I see, lined up here. So instead, what they're going to do is they're going to give some of the youngsters some time. I remember a time back in Marysville football when we would be up 60-0, and the younger classmen got to play a lot. And then there was no drop-off when each class graduated.
All right, I'll take your word for it. I didn't think they were performing badly in the first half.
Sure.
They weren't scoring, but this has not been a good rhythm.
No, it hasn't. Connor Kettler to kick. Not good punt off the side of his foot. Should be spotted around the Hiawatha 45, net about 25-yard kick from where he was standing. Yes, Bruce.
That was worse than the last punt attempt when it came down around his ankle, but he was lucky to get it off. This was legit, but it kind of waddled backward as Marysville's going to open with outstanding field position. And right now, if you carry the momentum from the defense over to the offensive side, you can start to see the makings of a blowout here.
what Bruce is saying is the Hiawatha team has imploded from the beginning of this game until the middle of the third quarter. Nate Shoddy scoring 2 touchdowns here in the third quarter has a lot to do with that.
Yeah, I don't think they expected that out of the sophomore tonight.
Here's your first down play. Something happened wrong. Nate Shoddy maybe started his motion too early. Will just dives on it. And there's a flag.
Yeah, he kind of found his momentum going backwards. And
Legal shift.
Kind of tumbled.
That's why there was an issue with the play. Somebody shifted incorrectly. The illegal shift would have made it 1st and 15, but because the legal shift allows the play to go on, the coach should elect for that down to count, and it'd be 2nd and 15 with a 5-yard loss for Will Otot.
Penalty's going to be something they're going to have to talk about next week. You're going to clean that up against NCKL schools, or you're going to have some real tough nights.
Marysville right at midfield, up 26-0 over Hiawatha. 4 minutes and 48 seconds to go in the third quarter. The scoreboard's been all Marysville, although Hiawatha seemed to be more in it in the first half. Here's your play. Dive up the middle to Hafley. Forward progress is going to give him a gain of 5.
Forward progress, but look out. Once the defenders caught hold of Hafley, and they took Hafley back past midfield.
Number 8's going to be down here with an injury. Should have had a flag on him for his extracurricular, but...
That's Josh Monahan, and how many times have we said his name tonight? He went out earlier with what I think might have been the start of a leg cramp, and I'm seeing similar situation here. He's up, he's okay, but he's going off the field for the moment.
Yeah, probably nursing still that same injury.
It's an early season game. It was warm earlier tonight, so Tommy knows leg cramps.
Yeah.
So we can go to that one.
Yeah.
All the way home.
Yeah.
Time.
3rd and 10 will be the upcoming down and distance. Hiawatha is huddled up, so is Marysville, although there's really no reason that either of these teams should be right now. Officials realize that also.
Coaching, a lot of coaching. It's an early season game.
Sure.
It'll remind me a little bit of a jamboree when the coaches are out on the field.
Yeah. Tony's been out on the field a few times tonight. 3rd and 10. Here's your play. Will Otot under center. Nate Shoddy in motion. Pass. Heaves it downfield. He's got him in. It's Brody Lawrence. He catches it. He's shoestring tackled at the 2-yard line. 43-yard pass and catch.
Nice arm from Otot. He had the time he needed. He backpedaled. He had his sights set and was going to connect. He did.
What a great throw. 1st and goal. Ball's on the floor. No, it's not. I thought it was. I think that's a touchdown, Marysville. I can't tell you who has it, but I can tell you we're in the end zone. Touchdown, Marysville.
3rd score here in the second half, but look out. I heard a whistle.
It's timeout for an injury.
Okay.
Touchdown will count, 32-0.
Still 4 minutes and change, 4:08 left here in this third quarter, as Marysville was up 6-0 at the end of one, 12-0 at the half. They've reeled off 3 scores unanswered in this second half. Oh, my gosh.
Royals come out your victors against the Pirates. Royals in the playoff hunt, right now in a wild card spot. However, winning the AL Central is not off the list. We've got KU on top of UNLV in a real good game. I wish I had that one on the TV here. KU on top 20-16. K-State heads into halftime. The better Wildcats 14-7 over Arizona.
Catch up on some league scores here. I think we've got some updates halftime. Abilene leading Chapman 28-0 at the half. Play center southeast of Saline tied 14-all at the half. Concordia trailing at Beloit 12-0 at the half. It was 12-0 Marysville here at the half, but all of a sudden, look out. We're not even 8 minutes into the second half. It's 32-0 Marysville on the 2-yard score by Will Otot after the great pass from Otot to Lawrence. Tale of two halves, I think, both ways. I want to say that Hiawatha has stumbled since they've come back since intermission, and Marysville has just really proven to be a big playmaker since halftime. All right, we're going to try a second PAT here tonight, and this is Keegan Waters, who had trouble on his first attempt. This one is blocked.
Yep.
So no extra points for Marysville along the way tonight. They've missed any two-point conversion attempts and missed a couple of efforts to put it through the goal post. So it remains 32-0 Marysville with 4:08 to play here in the third quarter. And our broadcast coverage being presented by our regional sports boosters. We appreciate the support of Can-Equip in Marysville, your New Holland dealer that handles steel and many other fine lines at Can-Equip in Marysville. Sunflower Community Credit Union, serving their members at Sunflower Community Credit Union. And Hometown Lumber and Hardware for all of your building supplies, tools, rental equipment, and more. It's Hometown Lumber and Hardware in Marysville and Axtell Lumber. Those among our broadcast sponsors, as always, we say thanks to our many KNDY Sports Booster Club members. Couldn't do all the home and away games that we do. Not every school has that luxury. Teaming up with Tommy McNish, he's the IT guy here at the high school, and he's doing a video stream here tonight. I think we're on the audio side of that. We're still working out some bugs in the early season, but doing our best to bring the game in so many fashions, on air, online, on our mobile app, of course. And we'll be Mike side again next week as Walnego comes to town. Join us. Our pregame coverage begins about 6:30 game nights for 7 o'clock kickoff. Of course, if you can, come on out. I almost hate to say it, but with all these schools streaming games, I think they're driving fans from the stands, and there's nothing more special than a great home crowd, especially here at Homer Hanson Stadium.
Couldn't agree more. Love seeing some full stands here. Next weekend, we should see some more. Marysville, it's going to stay in. Never mind. They did finally call it out. Marysville kicks it right up the near sideline, and it danced and just tiptoed all alongside that boundary. The official here on this side said at some point it did finally touch the white line.
I'll put you on the spot. Who's kicking for us tonight? Dakota was on the books last week.
Yeah, kicking for us is Nate Shoddy tonight.
Wow, what an all-around night he's having, because that was a great effort there.
Yeah, and also Keegan Waters has been helping, and I know there's been some confusion on who's kicking when, but I'm pretty sure Nate Shoddy's the kickoff guy. And they're going to have to do this one again, except they're going to have to back up. And, yep, it is going to be Shoddy kicking this one.
Great to see some of these kids stepping up. Of course, every year you lose those great seniors, and you say, how are we going to refill some of those shoes? Every year, I've been doing this going on 45 years. Every year there's another class that steps up and reach some stars of their own.
Absolutely. That's the beauty of high school football. They can't leave early for the pros. Tommy tried. That's why he's sitting by me. Here's your kickoff. It's short, lands on the 30, bounces a couple times until it's picked up. Ran back to the 40, near midfield. Probably going to be a late hit. Flag on the far sideline.
Yeah,
and another flag on the far sideline.
They got a pretty decent return on that. Wholly different look that time in the kick itself, but picked up on a bounce 30, and they made some hay out of it coming past midfield, and that's where the flag started flying.
The far side official not happy with whatever happened out of bounds there. I would guess flags on both sides. We'll see what he says. Little tussle.
Yeah, a little chippy out there.
Yep.
I don't know. Hiawatha's obviously got to be frustrated, but
sure.
That wasn't initiated by them.
Let them get it sorted out. Either way, Marysville's defense is on the field, and it'll stay that way.
Clock's gone into stall mode on us. We got down to like a minute and a half to play in the first half, and then we had a series of confusing situations before intermission, and it took forever. And here, as the second half has unfolded, we've had several calls where the officials have had to get together already.
They're still sorting it out. Marysville on top 32-0. Extra points have been kind of an issue tonight. Against a lesser team, Marysville has only been able to put one in. And last week against a better team, we put two in.
Well, and I think that's something you want to focus on. You're not going to have nights where you're up 5-6 scores. You're going to have situations, especially with the Marysville offense, if we will, coming off last year, where sometimes touchdowns were hard to come by. And so that's probably going to be a focus. Make sure you get the opportunities every time given. Still a lot of confusion. They're going to bring the conversation to the coaches on the sideline, and I guess we'll shift gears here for just a minute.
Well, so they just called a few personal fouls, couple both ways. He signaled that they declined, which I believe means is that they just offset. And so whatever happened over on that sideline wasn't very friendly, wasn't a good way to make friends. But either way, it's not going to matter because the ball's just going to go right where he returned it. I didn't think he got past midfield, but apparently he did. Hiawatha starts 1st and 10 in Marysville territory, down 32.
And how tough mentally on these kids are these longer pauses in the game? You're out there, you're ready to go, you're ready to run. The stop-and-start nature has to be a challenge as well.
It kind of depends which role you have. If you're somebody like Nate Shoddy, who's ran a country mile here this half, this break is probably kind of nice. He's able to rejuvenate.
Well, in a way, but he's in the zone.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can really change the momentum, too. We'll find out.
Sure.
But let's move along.
Here we go. We got some football that's about to happen. 4 minutes and 3 seconds left in the third quarter. Marysville jumps offsides. Offsides defense, 5-yard penalty. 1st and 5 for Hiawatha.
Yes, if you joined us 10 minutes ago, we said 4:03 remains here in the third quarter, and it is 32-0 Marysville. Got scores and updates on all the area games on the Farm Bureau Insurance Scoreboard Show. Join us game night. Lights each out.
Here's your 1st and 5 play for Hiawatha. New quarterback, hands off to Monaghan.
And Monaghan's had issues, I think, with leg cramps a couple of times tonight, not too far back. They're both in the second half. He's going to check out after the effort.
Ethan Morton, Jr., is the quarterback now. 2-yard gain by Monaghan. 2nd and 3, or 2, right in there. 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Marysville on top, 32-0. Here's your 2nd down and short play. It's a big one up the gut for Hiawatha. Goes from the 38 all the way to the 28. 10-yard gain for Alex Pyle.
Yeah, he's a 160-pound senior. Haven't seen much, if anything, of Alex Pyle tonight, but sure got on the books there in a big way.
Marysville Hiawatha inside the Marysville 30. They got down here a little bit earlier and turned the ball over on downs. Marysville brings up an extra defensive lineman. Here's your snap. Hand off to Monaghan. Monaghan gets hit at the line of scrimmage and pulled down right away. They may say a gain of 1, but it's generous. I guarantee it.
Good read on Monaghan. Got the defenders in there early, and they stifled any opportunity.
Back on play by number 22, Jack Keller.
Clock does keep moving when the officials allow it to. 2 minutes and 50 seconds. 2nd and 9.
Redhawks really got to generate something here soon. I mean, just to get some momentum on their side if they want to be a factor at all tonight.
Hiawatha looking to get that 0 off the scoreboard. Quick pitch to an end around. He's got some running room. Gets to the 2nd level, lowers his shoulder, gets brought down inside the 20. 1 yard beyond the first down. I think it was 2nd and 8. It was 2nd and 9, so give him 10 yards.
Had a couple of wides to the near side. I don't know if Ethan Morton has even thrown a pass tonight. He stepped in the second half. Braden Newell did have some passes, did have some nice touches in the first half.
Eli Sologic called for the tackle there. Here's your next play for Hiawatha, the handoff. Our direction. Alex Pyle, the running back, give him 2.
Again, a newer face in our lineup tonight for Hiawatha. They're trying to make a little noise down here in the red zone for, I think, the first time tonight.
Yeah, like I said, they did get, and it was on this same side of the field. They got down pretty far, but they turned the ball over on downs. Here's your 2nd and 8 play. Hiawatha looking to score for the first time. Morton under center. Hands off. Tackled right at the line of scrimmage. I don't think they even gave him a yard. If you want to put him down for 3 inches, you may, Tommy. I don't even know who had it. Kane next to us is trying to figure it out also. So he just...
Okay. Hageman.
Yep, Ren Hageman. Third down. Might be the last play here of the quarter. Man in motion. Morton pitches it to Pyle, who's hitting the backfield, spins forward, but he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. -1 for Pyle.
Yeah, Pyle didn't have anywhere to go. Really good read. They were starting to see him more and more in that running role, and got into Bulldog territory, but facing a 4th here.
Marysville takes out a big linebacker, brings in a safety for a 4th and long.
20 seconds on the play clock and just over 20 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I can't let my eyes won't. I mean, those times are so close. I don't think they have to run a play.
I think they do.
I think they're going to. 5, 4, 3. No, they're not. They're not going to get it off either way.
All right.
That's going to be the end of the third quarter. No, it's going to be delay a game because they did need to snap the ball.
It was so close, and like you say, the play clock is to our right. The scoreboard is way off to our left, so you've got 120, 130 yards between them, and we were doing that little back and forth thing, like watching Paul.
And now the officials are doing the same thing.
It was just so tight, but I think it was just like a fraction of a second on that scoreboard.
So by rule, they need to put 0.1 seconds back up in the third quarter to run a third quarter play.
And out of it all, does it even matter? 32-0. We're going to the end of a third. And our broadcast sponsors tonight include Honeyman Auto for some great new and used cars and trucks. Call Honeyman Auto for your next vehicle experience. They, of course, offer service after every sale. Kramer Oil, they're delivering propane for the cold winter months ahead. It will be here before you know it. They deliver fuel as well as propane now with a single call to Kramer Oil in Marysville. And Bruna Implement, your Case IH dealer, 75 years in the business, serving you with locations in Marysville, Washington, Clay Center, Seneca, Hiawatha, and Humboldt, Nebraska. Well, 12 minutes of football left, I guess. We're not on the basketball hardwoods yet. Only the second game of the high school football season. And we'll remind you, our KNDY Sports Booster Club members bring you every exciting moment, home and away. We're back at home for a couple of more weeks. Kind of an interesting schedule. Been on the road this year, but then 3 back-to-backs at home. I don't know how much a coach will speak of that home field advantage, but it's always something the kids look forward to, is playing here in this beautiful venue.
Kansas teams both in one-score games. UNLV was threatening to score. Don't think they did. K-State with the ball up a touchdown. KU can be found on KNDY 95.5. 4th and 8 for Hiawatha. Dive up the middle. He needs 8 yards. I think he only got 6.
Yeah, he's short. Short by at least a couple of yards. Monaghan's been the workhorse tonight for this Hiawatha team, even with the change of quarterbacks here in the second half. They're using Monaghan when they can. Couldn't get it done there. It's going to be Bulldog possession. They'll start as deep in their own territory as they have tonight.
Oh, nice. Got some new numbers out here for Marysville. I see Bo Bussman. I hear J.T. Becker. We're going to do our best here. This is always when it gets really tough. I believe that's Bo Bussman signal calling. He is a sophomore. Couple new numbers. We've got Jacob Meyer. That maybe Gavin Gibbs.
Yep, you're right. And this is where Jason was so good, too, because he knew him. He coached him.
Coached him in junior high.
Yeah, junior high.
Yep. Marysville play. I'm not sure if Bo ever got rid of it. I think the play went backwards.
Yeah, it did. Starting in a tough position, though. You're asking some kids to come in, obviously with some jitters and, that enthusiasm at the same time. But from the field position, it makes it a challenge.
I see an Andrew Faith runs out there. He's a wide out to our side. Bo under center. Man in motion. Quick pitch to the man in motion. Tries to get the edge, doesn't quite get it. He's going to be brought down by a whole bunch of Hiawatha guys.
Yeah, that was a pretty good effort over here on the near side.
J.T. Becker on the run.
I like the pitch.
Yeah.
And I like the effort. Again, working from the field position he was.
Nate Shoddy comes out, as does Gavin Gibbs. And going out onto the field is Jacob Meyer.
I like how you're getting some of these kids' names. It means a whole lot to the families.
Absolutely.
And it means a whole lot to these kids to get this early season experience out here.
I see Braden Preuss there on the line, as well as Gavin Vogelsberg. Upperclassmen watching anxiously. We've got an end around with Hayden Veering, but he unfortunately is going to go for a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, Hayden caught the pitch. The defenders were right there working on him.
And the punt team will come out, and they will not deviate from the varsity punt team. When it comes to a punting situation, you got to bring out the original crew. Also out there was Sam Meyer. I tried to get as many of them as I could.
You did great. Absolutely. Throw down a challenge. Brian Answers.
Pretty tough situation to punt, but great punt out of it. From 10 yards deep in the end zone, he kicks it past the 40. The return only goes for a couple of yards by Carson Henry.
Yeah, to get a good punt off from the end zone, that didn't turn out too bad. Henry's going to put the ball at the 39-yard line, still give Hiawatha fair field position. But, starting with a possession deep and all new faces on the field, and then to successfully get that ball out there, well done.
Alex Shale, was on our injury report that he wasn't playing. He is still punting tonight. We didn't know because that was the first time we punted. But Alex Shale did go out to punt.
And I think that says something, too, for the Marysville momentum tonight in a first punt situation. Shutout here tonight. Let's talk about defense. Gave us a score last week. A score so far. We've got 7 quarters in the books.
Here goes some JVers out on our defense. We got Corbin Becker gets out there. I see Paxton Vogt. JT Becker as the corner on this side. See how they handle this Hiawatha varsity. And the change of the snap count gets Marysville's front few.
Yeah.
They jump off sides.
They do. Yes, they do.
And you can't blame one guy. It was all 3 of them. It was Corbin Becker, Braden Preuss, and Gavin Vogelsberg all jumping off sides.
So it's not quite a JV game yet, but we're not far from it. Hiawatha showed a lot of substitutions early in the second half. Tony Trimble's showing a lot of new faces, almost wholesale substitutions here in the fourth quarter on the 32-0 lead.
Yeah, Hiawatha subs were a little different. I think they were just looking for somebody to bring them something. Here's a handoff up the middle. This is a JV game now. These are completely new numbers for Hiawatha.
We'll do our best just to keep up with the ball carriers and the tacklers, but it's going to be a challenge.
Yep, that's Brenner Lowe on the run.
Brenner Lowe is a freshman. A lot of underclassmen on this roster here.
Second down, Hiawatha.
He's a large freshman.
I'm doing a count here. Only 8 seniors on this Hiawatha roster, and a number of those are not among starters.
32-point game. Marysville on top of Hiawatha. 32-0. This is low again.
Bounced off one, then he kept coming this direction, bounced off another. They just kept pushing this near way to stop Brenner Lowe.
Brenner Lowe's got a future. I'll tell you what, he can run the ball. And in fact, if he keeps working as hard as he does in the extracurricular minutes, he's going to get some varsity time.
Stop by the freshman Sam Meyer.
Nice, yes, good.
As many names in as we can.
Absolutely.
First and 10, Hiawatha, 67.
Clock is rolling, but we got a lot of time left. 9:20.
I think I see a Smelsley maybe out there. Oh, ball on the ground, but Hiawatha gets right back on it. That's Leighton Moore. I believe he's the freshman quarterback.
Yeah, he'll be the third QB in the game for the Red Hawks tonight. Takeaways. I don't know. Hiawatha's got some work to do. First-year coach. I'm just still scratching my head with a team that showed some things in the first half, but weren't able to score, and then just fell apart in the third quarter, didn't they, Bruce? Well, a lot of changes, I think, before they even gave them a chance.
Yeah. Yep. Quick pitch. End around.
Aaron Yang is a freshman going in motion. He goes to the far side. I mean, they're just kind of pulling straws out of the hat right now.
I saw Braden Preuss in on the tackle. A couple other.
By number 28.
Oh, the spotters even doing it.
Yeah, spotter said 28, but I don't think that's right.
We don't have.
Kane's shaking his head over there. He said, "This is tough.
It's impossible.
This is when the job gets tough, Kane."
Possible.
3rd and 10 for Hiawatha. Down a few dozen. They pitch it. He's brought down, tackle for loss.
That was a pretty pitch coming over here to Sean Gentry.
It was. Yeah.
Sean Gentry.
Yes.
Sean Gentry. On play by number 33.
You won't know because there were no results out of it,
sure.
But it looked nice.
Sure. K-State scores up 21-7. I see Bo Busman out here. I called his name at quarterback. I see Grady Capp. A lot of young jerseys out there. Ty Hager's the far corner. Pass. Oh, he gets killed as he throws it and he completes it. What a great composure out of number 10. Let's see, Leighton Moore. I said his name earlier. Leighton Moore for Hiawatha. He kept his composure and threw that ball, and he absolutely got smacked by a Marysville defender, and the pass was completed. However, short of the line of the game, turnover on downs, first down Marysville.
No, but with the young players you have out there, you count the success stories, and that is one of them.
Absolutely.
Like Jensen on the reception. So they knew they probably weren't going to convert.
Yeah. I like the play out of him, yes. 1st and 10 Marysville. Dive up the middle, stopped right away.
Nice gang tackle up the middle. For those younger defenders some credit. They read it well. No gain.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
So Marysville took possession. Hiawatha fumble, second play from scrimmage. Scored with a little over 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. Otat to Keegan Waters. Marysville scored again opening second quarter. Grant Hafley, 21-yard effort. Scored just into the second half. Kick return for Nate Shoddy, 75 yards. 8-yard carry for Nate Shoddy in the third. And Otat 2 yards out. About 4 minutes to play in the third.
Looked like a dive up the middle again. Hard to tell in that pile who had the ball. Maybe it was Bo. Oh, he said it was a fumble.
That ball came loose. So
yeah,
had to recover.
The Bo gets up with it. I show the Marysville's gained 2 yards here on this possession, so 3rd and 8 now.
At least we're getting some momentum. We had a period late in the first half and into that third quarter, in fact, it seemed to carry over where we were just waiting for that clock to get in motion. We're under 6 minutes now.
Harper Sandman here on the far side. I also saw Wes Breeding go in. Here's your 3rd and 8 play. Dive up the middle. He's going to be close to a first down. He is going to get a first down. second effort, after first effort, he was close to it. Second effort gets him well past it.
Still carrying some defenders along past the 30.
Unfortunately, I can't tell who ran. Sam Caller's called. He's ran the ball a couple times.
Yeah, you really start to rely on the spotter here, don't you?
Yep. They have binoculars over there.
We need all the extra items we can get tonight. Well, here's the challenge question. Who hasn't played tonight?
Well, I just saw Cole Ringsdorf and Jackson Smelsley go out, so a lot of players who were eligible made it out. I believe Bo kept this one. He's going to gain a yard. Bo Busman, a talented athlete in multiple sports. A few other guys coming out here. I see Grady Schradel. Bo Busman comes out. The new quarterback in. That might be Grady. It is. Man in motion. Grady hands it off up the middle. He runs for a pretty big gain.
Yeah, that's going to be a big pickup. Almost got to midfield. They're going to spot that ball at the Bulldog 48. Sam Keller there.
32-0. Marysville is going to go into the books winning this game. I'm not sure that that'll be the final score, but I'm pretty confident that that's going to be the result.
Yeah, I think you can safely chalk up win number 2 in as many starts. And for a team that went with a 3-win season, that's got to be a great way to start out. Now, I think the big boys come to town in Wamego as you open league play next week.
That's going to be an interesting one. Schradel, quarterback keeper. Off the edge, gains a few yards.
Enough to get it back into Red Hawk territory.
I see UNLV Rebels take their first lead over on our primary station 95.5. I don't know if I'm supposed to call it your primary, Bruce, but I think of it that way. Sister. Okay.
That's the broadcast.
Okay.
All right.
So over on 95.5, you got a heck of a game with 1:51 to go in the fourth quarter. First lead change of the game.
I hate college teams have taken these Friday nights, though, away from high school.
Yes, sir.
Bill Snyder's
I
They're
agree.
not going to do it under my watch.
I agree. And they put both Kansas teams on the schedule. Here we got a great run for Marysville up to the 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Marysville. That's J.T. Becker. 49-yard run.
How about that for the youngsters? Really making some noise in a big, big way, adding to a 32-0 lead. J.T. Becker, he was off to the races.
Well, like I said, I'm pretty confident Marysville's going to win this game, but I don't know that 32-0 will be the end result, and it will not. J.T. Becker says not so fast.
This is 4 second-half scores for the Bulldogs, who led 12-0 at the intermission.
Marysville has been trying to put in an extra point team. It hasn't gone well tonight, but it's something that they can practice. They keep forgetting to bring a tee out. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that wasn't pretty in itself.
Uh-oh. 3, 2, 1. He gets the snap off, but I'm not sure why the whistles blow this dead.
Well, it's going to be a penalty against
Yeah, I think he said delay game, but they got the snap off in time, so...
And it was awful close.
It was close. Usually you wait till you see 0, then you throw the flag. Well, they never even threw a flag.
Yeah, the TAT game needs a little bit of work.
They got some things to work on. Here's your true attempt. Shoddy, I believe, missed it to the far side. Had enough that time, but it is no good. 38-0.
All right. Bulldogs in the lead. 3:24 remains here in the ball game tonight. Our broadcast coverage service of United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life. Of course, multiple locations, including their headquarters here in Marysville. United Bank and Trust member FDIC. Manley, Liz Manley with Edward Jones in Marysville. For financial planning and answers to your financial needs, it is Edward Jones in Marysville. Glad to have you with us on a Friday night under the lights. what are we going to do without college action tomorrow, though? It's going to seem a little bit different, at least for those of us who normally monitor if KU or a K-State game is on the radio. We will be back with our Coach's Corner program. Talk to Tony Trimble next week on our Coach's Corner Friday night. Here's about 5:30. Had some fine comments after the knockoff at Nemaha Central last week. If you missed it, Marysville scored twice, held Central to a single touchdown, and they knocked off the then number 1 ranked 2A team. I didn't look at the rankings this week. I assume they had a little shuffle there at the least. So Marysville off to a fine start the way around it.
They fell all the way off. Well, when I saw it today, that Nemaha Central found their way. No respect for Marysville.
Nah, preseason rankings, though, what are they there? Who finished where last year? 9 times out of 10.
Right.
Those change in weeks 2 and 3.
Right. Well, yeah, I mentioned that earlier. You know, you have these seniors that graduate, so you try to speculate how good's this team going to be. But when you lose an entire offensive line, that's really difficult to replace and really difficult to run an offense behind a new offensive line. Here's your kickoff, JV kicker, Harper Sandman, fielded at the 25, ran back to the 35, 45. Horse tackle brought down. We'll see if it brings the flag or not, but right near midfield.
Ethan Grant, your ball carrier, he had to return. Oh, I'm told wrong. Michael Jensen. Jensen's been there a lot tonight. Yeah, he really got after it.
First down, Hiawatha still at 0, 38-0. They have marched into the red zone multiple times, I think 2. That's multiple times. Twice tonight, and have stalled out, turnover on downs. And then after that, their wheels absolutely just fell off.
Multiple times sounded really promising.
I know.
You said it was 2.
Well, that's why I felt the need to correct it. Multiple times sounds promising. It really wasn't that much. 38-0 Bulldogs. Dive up the middle. That fullback, let's see here, Brenner Lowe. I already forgot his name, but we're going to be calling his name a lot here in a couple of years. He took the ball right out of the quarterback's hands.
Well, and I think you're doing what you should do. You need to try to find the positives in an otherwise not positive night.
You're right.
For the Red Hawks, they've certainly got some growing to do as this season goes along. I thought they came out of the blocks okay tonight, but it certainly hasn't gone the direction they hoped.
Landon Prawley, the cornerback here on this side, dive up the middle to Brenner Lowe. I see some new numbers. All kinds of new guys getting into this game. I love to see it. Sam Caller just came out from the defensive side. Cole Rangesdorf just came out. I see Bo Busman playing safety. Andrew Faith is out there. 3rd and short. I'm sure they gave the ball to Lowe again. I would if I was their coach.
It's going to be close. Real close.
I don't have...
Is that Alex?
I'm not... No, it's not.
I've got 78. I don't see it by the side.
Not, yeah.
Yeah, we're sending kids in that aren't even on our roster.
Yeah, they're not even on our roster. I love it. That's a great sign. Get these players some experience.
Well, and Tony has done it really from the 4th quarter on. It wasn't an undecided game at that point. It was decided.
Yeah.
But he's given them a lot of time on the field.
First down, Hiawatha. Leighton Moore under center. Was going to pitch, but decided to keep it. Reverses field. Probably had a chance to turn that into 1 or 2 yards, but kept running sideways and ends up losing yards.
Yeah, if he'd have just stopped where he was first hit, he'd have been in better shape.
You're right.
Because the defenders just kept pushing him back.
If we've managed to keep you here, there's 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go. Marysville on top, 38-0. This Hiawatha freshman crew will get to run a couple plays in the blowout.
The listeners we have are the fans who have left early. Thanks for listening.
My mom was probably listening. She probably fell asleep, though. But if you're still here, Mom, hi. 2nd and 10. Marysville hops off sides. We can't even call him for the boo-boo because he's not on my roster.
Here's something, though, with all the player rotation. and all of the underclassmen and younger players out there. Penalties late haven't been significant in number.
Not as bad as we had earlier.
Yeah, I was going to say that taken in context, because along the way, ouch.
Yep. 3-5 yards now. Second down. Dive with Lowe, the freshman, biggest guy out on the field at the moment. Gets a few more yards. Third and manageable. But that will most likely be the last play of the game. Coach over there is probably going to let these guys head into the locker room and prepare they can play their game on Monday, because that's their night.
So I share scores with the other league broadcasters, and I just happened to bump my phone here, and here's my text. Z.
Yeah, this
as
one,
if we're snoozing away.
This one did get away. We've got Marysville on top, 38-0 over the Hiawatha Redhawks. That's your final. What do you got, Bruce?
Well, a 2-0 start for this Marysville team. That's really something to say. Big-time game last week, and a big-time performance here tonight, too. I mean, I will say Hiawatha was not at the level Marysville was, but getting it done, consistently out there on defense, offense making the big plays tonight. We probably had more big plays tonight than last week, notably in the second half. 1, 2, 3, 4 scores after halftime when Marysville led 12-0 at the intermission. And lots of new faces in.
Always great to see that. You said lots of big plays. The highlight of all those, number 10, Nate Shoddy. Just a 2-score game. Nate Shoddy comes out, runs a 75-yard kickoff return back for a touchdown, and just 4.5 minutes later scores again on a big play.
Yeah, he was a big playmaker in that second half among many big playmakers for the Red and Black here tonight. Defense has given up 1 touchdown, 8 quarters of action, 2 full games. Count that.
Beautiful.
There really were no significant threats for Hiawatha tonight. Got deep a couple times, but that's all the closer they would get to the end zone. All right, they fumbled from the second play from scrimmage, and then Marysville takes advantage, scoring with 4:16 to play in the opening cue. Willow Top, a 17-yard touchdown pass to Keegan Waters for the 6-0 lead. Never had an extra point all night. Score on the board, just underway in the second quarter. Grant Hafley 21 yards out, and they took that 12-0 lead to intermission. Scored coming into the second half. 75-yard kick return for Nate Shoddy. Nate Shoddy again, 8 yards out with just over 7 minutes to play in the third. And their final third quarter score was Willow Tot from 2 yards out with 4:08 remaining. Final score was reserved J.T. Becker, a 49-yard touchdown run with 3:24 left in the ballgame for a 38-0 Marysville rout in their home opener here tonight. Back at home, North Central Kansas League play. Wamego comes in tomorrow night. Concordia for homecoming the week following. It's a 3-game homestand. Brian Croft and Tommy Brenniger will have the call live next week here on KNDY, and heading into Twin Valley League play, fill in for Max at Washington County as they entertain Hanover. Of course, we've got scores on all the area games on the Farm Bureau Insurance Scoreboard Show tonight, twice each hour, twice during our 7 a.m. sports report tomorrow. Abilene knocks off Chapman 42-8. Chapman beat Smith Center in a big surprise last week, but Abilene in a big way tonight, 42-8. Concordia shut out by Beloit. Beloit 28, Concordia nothing. Those are the only scores we have in at this point. A halftime update. Clay Center in southeast of Saline, we're tied 14 all. So we'll get you more on those college games as well, Kansas and Kansas State. Stay with us. Tony Trimble's our guest on Coach's Corner Friday at about 5:30, and on our pregame show around about 6:45 on Friday night. Big thank you to our KNDY Sports Booster Club members, Brian Crock, Tommy Brenniger pitching in here tonight. I'm Bruce Dierking. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend, everybody.
At your service 24/7, on air, online, and on our mobile app. News, weather, sports, and more. Yours from KNDY.